Well, things get no better, do I say things are just as bad. I mean, take food. We all know the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Feed the brute, that's the thing. But as you come down to breakfast in the morning and sit at the table, you've hardly time to reach over with your knife, and what do you get? I hope you know that's all the butter we've got. That's the wife from the kitchen. How do you mean, love? Where you got that butter pot, you'd think we kept a dairy. And don't use the same knife you've just had in your egg. Too late now, wiping it on your bread. I'll start putting everything in one dish and have done with it. What with marmalade in the butter and butter in the raspberry jam? I bet this is the only house in the street that's got a tin of syrup with 3 peas in it. It's all right saying it saves washing up. You didn't say that when you brought those people home to dinner and had me chasing round to borrow my mother's fish knives the one day she'd bought haddock. I laid the table like a banquet for you. As soon as you got them sat down, you said, you'll get nothing here you won't eat with a spoon. Well, it was only a joke. It was no joke for me. Don't think you realise what I spend on food at this house. I paid 8 and 4.80 the other day for 2 chops. I put them on the table, and before I could tell you one was mine, you'd flooded them with sauce. Then to top it all, you went and ate the middle out of both of them and pushed your plate away and whistled for the dog. See, for goodness sake, get your face out of that paper. When you're finished trying to find your mouth with your teacup, it's dripping all down the front of your tie. I'd have less to say. I wish you would. I'd have less to say. If I could rely on you coming home at meals at a proper time. Came rambling home the other night at 11:15. I asked you if you'd had your tea, and you said, never mind my tea, where's my dinner? Getting that faddy with your food? Not at all. Oh, yes, you are. If I cook it, you don't want it. If you want it, I can't get it. If I get it, you won't eat it. And if you do eat it, you say I can't cook it. I can't weigh you up at all. You see, there's that wedding breakfast we went to. You cracked on you'd never tasted beef like it. Then the day after, I found all the fat in your handkerchief. It was just as bad when you tried that stunt for dieting. Nothing but bananas and milk for a month. You tried it for one day. Then you had me up at 3 o'clock in the morning cooking chips. I'll start. Now, that's enough. Well, have you finished? Well, have you done? Well, oh, go to... I say.
What?
You've not kissed me. Don't they make a fuss? All over a simple thing like a meal. And there's no need for it. Nowadays, the modern way to eat is to get all your meals in a self-service cafeteria. As you slide your tray along the chromium rails, past a long line of food, you can choose what you like and be tucking into it in a matter of seconds. Have you had some?
You're not expecting to get served, are you?
Well, it'll be hard lines if I don't.
Be a miracle if you do. You're going the wrong way round for a start.
Well, I only want a quick lunch.
I wouldn't depend on it. By the time your turn comes, you want bed and breakfast. You've only got to look at that postman arguing with that girl at the cash desk. I bet he's not moved 10 yards in 3/4 of an hour. He's had pie and chips on and off his tray till he's dizzy. They've farmed him off with a sweet he doesn't want. And I know for a fact he's only come to deliver a parcel.
Well, it's worth waiting if the food's good.
Are you bothered with wind?
No, you will be.
I'll swear they make that cottage pie with bricks and mortar.
Well, I see there's treacle pudding on the menu.
I'm not surprised. They slop that food about here wherever it lands. And hey, Don't let anybody see you looking at that menu. They'll laugh at you. They've had the pencil through that roast lamb that often, the machine that prints it crosses it off at the same time. You'll find a line through anything the staff keep back for their dinner. Well, it doesn't say the steak pie's off, no. Doesn't say the cream puff's on, but you've got it all down this sleeve. Of course, your worry is not what to have, it's where to sit when you've got it. They burn your fingers when they give you a plate, and by the time you've found the table, it's that cold you've got to warm it up on top of your tea. And the way these women come round whipping the pots away, put you off your stroke. I only spread my meal on the table and wait to hang me out up. When I turned round, she'd scraped it all into a tin and said, "What's up, didn't you like it?" Hello, we're moving. Have you got your knife and fork? No, what shall I do? Well, there's only one thing you can do. You'll have to go round again.
Don't go away, because here and now, we're taking the lid off The Joys of Motoring. Excuse me, is this right for Skivington?
Hey?
Skivington.
Skivington. You're going miles out. You'll have to turn round, or better still, to save you turning round, nip up here and take the first to the left, go straight up that road as far as you can go. Then, when you get to the top, turn left, turn right again, and turn that radio off. Can't hear myself speak. Now, follow the tram lines down a very steep hill until you come to where they've got the road up. When you get as far as some hoardings, where it shows two girls in sweaters and says it's better with mustard, you'll know you're on the wrong road. Turn round, take the first on the right, then turn sharp left up a narrow lane. You can't miss it, it says no through road. That'll bring you out on the canal bank. Now, go over the second bridge. Now, you'll have to go straight up that, about a mile up a very bad road. When you come to a brick wall, go straight on. And it'll bring you right opposite to where we're standing now. Then I should ask again. Here, this fella will tell you. Hey, I say! I don't think he knows where he is. Anyway, you go back the way you've come. Half right and right again where it says keep left. Now, carry on till you come to a pub in the middle of the road. Now, what's the name of it? I've had it on the tip of my tongue all day. I'll ask this fella. What's the name of that pub on the way to Skivington? With the horse trough on the side. Is it the Golden Ball? No, Golden Ball, no. You know the one? Where we have that rain tub outside and they found some beer in the water. Oh, the Anglers Arms? No, is it? No. You can get bed and breakfast and they keep changing the barmaids. Oh, the Fleece, is it? No, Fleece. Where they have that case of stuffed pigeons and they serve lunches. Landlord breeds Scots Terriers and they only drink Irish whiskey. Been there for donkeys yet? Oh, you want the old cock? No, I want the name of the pub. Anyway, forget it. When he gets there, he can go in and ask. What part of Skivington did you want? Hey, town centre. Well, I wish you'd have told me. This is it.
Mind you, before you can roam the highways and byways, you must learn to drive. And the only way is to take lessons from an expert instructor at any school of motoring. Sooner or later, you must venture into the thick of the traffic, and what an ordeal this can be for the instructor when he realizes that his life is in your hand. Now, steady. You're coming to a very busy crossing. Slow down. No, slow down. Now you brake. You'll have to get those 3 pedals sorted out. Pull round the other... Yes, now pull round the other side of the bus. Pull round the other... No, the other side of the bus. Now put your arm out. Put your arm out. No, not across me. Your other arm. See, you won't get your arm out till you put your window down. Now, hurry up. Don't stall it here. You'll not make it. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Now, don't stall it, whatever you do. I'll put her in second. In second. Second. You're in neutral. No use pressing your accelerator. Mind this fellow with the handcart. Hello? Hello? What's this bread van? What's this bread van? Now, where's he going with that? Now then, Farm Bob. Watch him. Watch him. He's turning right in front. You're silly! Have you no sense? That wasn't altogether your fault. Now let this car come past. Wave her on out of the way. Wave her on out of the way. It's a woman driver. You never know. Now steady at the bottom of this. Steady at the bottom of this hill. Steady. This is a nasty one. The lights are against you. No, they're against you. Against you. The lights are at red. Pull up. They're at red. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Now slide in behind this lorry. Whoa, 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 whoa. See, you don't need to get your bonnet right under its tailboard. See where we are now. See, he only has to reverse, let his brake off and come back. Look out! Look out! Head up! Blow it on! Blow it on! Reverse! Reverse! Get out of his way! Get out! Oh, never mind him at the back. It's every man for himself. Luke. Pull her into the side and let's have a cigarette. Now, let's go back to the first lesson, learning to turn round. Now, let me get out first. Now then. Left hand down, left hand. Get your left hand right down, left hand. No, your left hand, left hand. No, your left hand. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Luke, when I say left hand, I mean left hand facing me. Is that clear? Now we'll start again. Now you'll have to come forward on your other lock. No, your other lock, your other lock, your other lock. You're on the pavement. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look, if you're trying to turn it over, I'll bring you block and tackle. You'll have to go back. No, go back. Go on a mile. Go on, go on, go on. Go on. See, don't keep watching that side. I'll watch that. If it'll help you at all, shut your eyes. Now come forward as you are. Hard over. Forward. Forward, I said. You know, you're not helping me at all. Are you sure you wouldn't be better off learning the violin? Luke, perhaps it's me. Perhaps I'm putting you off. Now, just do whatever you think's right. Go on, just do whatever's right. Now, watch him fetch a brush. But no matter what difficulties you get into on the road, the great thrill of owning a motor car is being able to put your foot down and passing everything on the road. Until one car passes you with a sign on the back which says, "Stop, police." And what an embarrassing moment this can be. Now then, Mr. Constable, officer, inspector, officer. And how does this weather suit you? Honey, I bet you can bat on a bit in that, can't you? That is the 2 carburetor job, isn't it, Mr. Only, funny thing, I was nearly christened Gonzales. Honey, I was just telling my friend a steady 25 and you get there just as quick in the end. Only, if you're worried about me back number plate, it's in the boot. Could I have your autograph, Mr. Honey, I'd have pulled up sooner, only I'm not too sure of my brakes. Only, but of course, will it not be my car? Only I'd give you a toffee, only I have none. You're going to boot me, aren't you? Of course, mind you, it's worthwhile owning a car if it's only for the children. What happier scene than a car full off on a family picnic? Can we have this with? No, you can't. And stop fiddling with that door, you'll have him out. Hey, jumping on the seat again. Sit down. Shut up. Shut up, the lot of you. Well, I've been up since 4:30 this morning cutting sandwiches, and I don't damn well want to go now. Will you pull up? He wants to whisper something. Of course, no matter what difficulties you get into on the road, you can obtain immediate help merely by telephoning from an AA or RAC box at any hour of the day or night. Hello? Hello? Are you the AA man? Well, I think you know me. You saluted me on the way to Blackpool. Honey, I didn't see you until you'd gone past and it was too late to do anything about it. Yes. Well, as long as you didn't think I was being rude. Well, it was the wife who saw you. She's here with me now. Only if it'll make things right next time I see you, I'll present arms. Just a minute. Just a minute. He wants my name and address. Shall I tell him I'm living with your mother, only we don't want him round there. You know what she is. Hello? Can you come and get us? Only we've read your book where it says you'll tow us to hotel. Only she fancies that one in Bognor Regis. Trouble? Oh, there's no trouble. In fact, we're looking forward to it. Oh, the car. It's 1927, August. Only it never has run far. I mean, we have our own tow rope. Well, we've always been towed before because that's why the RAC threw us out. Just a minute. He says, have we got a membership card? Here, what was that club we joined to get that goose at Christmas? We're not tipping that up. Do you think it'll do if I tell him your mother's in the top 8? Hello? Well, I hope you can do something quick because her mother's sat in the back. Only we've drained her off and jacked her up and she won't get out. And... Hello? Yes, I know you've got a breakdown truck out already. He's with us now, yes. Yes. Well, that's what I'm ringing you for. Can you send another one? We've towed this one as far as we can. Of course, the one thing about a motor car you can be sure about is that you never know when it's going to go wrong. The only way to put it right, of course, is to take it to a garage. Take this typical scene at a repair shop.
Hey, dummy! Any more tea in that jug?
Hey, no, we've got these 2 vans to start yet.
Oh, we're not finishing those tonight. We'll go home in that Rolls-Royce coupe. Hey, Jimmy, have you had my 3/8 spanner? Well, it's gone somewhere. It's not in my toolbox. I've searched every inch of this bench. It's not there. No, there's only one place it can be. Well, I'm not taking his engine now, just to find that.
Of course, there's nothing like a motor car for making new friends. Take this typical conversation between two girls. So, like I said... There was a right crowd of them just come out to this dance. I could tell one of them had a car because I heard him say, it won't take me long to warm her up. So, no, I could see they were out for some fun, and this fella... Oh, he was a lovely fella. He came up straight away. No, straight away he came up and he put his arm round me, called me gorgeous. Oh, and he was strong. I said, watch where you've got your arm. You're squashing all my spot prizes. I thought, yes. You'll take a bit of watching in the Pally Glide. Anyway, he said, No, he said, he said, come on, kid. Me, kid. He said, come on, kid. He said, I'm running you home in my car. Then he tried to lift me. Oh, and he was strong. I said, get off, you daft thing. I said, there's people looking. No, he said, I wasn't kidding about the car. He said, you don't need to worry. He said, I'm taking you straight to your house. Well, I was terrified. For the first 2 miles, I thought he was going to until he passed it. Anyway, he pulled up under some trees. He said, we're all right here. He said, I've put the lights out. I thought, yes. And if you move any closer, I'll put yours out. He said, I don't suppose you believe me, but my name's Napoleon. I said, I'm not Josephine, but not tonight, just the same. Anyway, I got out and started running. Well, I thought he was never going to catch me out. He said, don't get alarmed. He said, but we've run out of petrol. I thought, here it comes. I wonder what he's trying now. So, it was only when he stuck a tin in my hand and said, get 2 gallons, I realised he was telling the truth.
Presenting Peter Braff and Archie Andrews with Ken Platt, Dick Emery, Hilda Braid, Derek Geiler, Peter Hawkins, Ronald Chesney and the BBC Review Orchestra conducted by Harry Rabinowitz in Educating Archie.
Mr. Braff takes a very active part in the local affairs of the community in which he lives. He is chairman of the Rate Owing Society, president of the Income Tax Dodgers Club, and on Thursday nights he's the acting cub mistress. Tonight, however, Mr. Braff is about to take the chair at the Residents' Protection Society meeting, which is taking place in the community hall.
Now, my friends, no doubt some of you are wondering why we are here tonight.
I know why I'm here. Anything's better than sitting at home looking at my old woman.
Oh, really, Vicar?
Thank you, Archie, thank you. Now, my friends, we're here tonight to give a big welcome to a visitor from Whitehall.
Whitehall? Oh, that's ripping. I've always fancied one of those jolly soldiers sitting on his horse in a sentry box.
No, you misunderstood me, Miss Birkinshaw. Our visitor is a government official from the Ministry of Building Projects. I want you to give a big hand to the Right Honourable Sir Bilberry Tart, Bart.
Thank you. As I entered our village, I was struck by 2 things.
If he'd come past my house, he'd have been struck by several things.
Now, as I was saying, we at the Ministry pride ourselves on being quick off the mark with any new idea.
Come on, let's hear what the right horrible has got to say.
Horrible? Honourable.
All right, honourable horrible.
Grimble, how dare you insult this gentleman? Have you forgotten your manners?
Yes, I have.
And have you forgotten your position?
Yes, I have.
And have you forgotten that as you're not a householder, you've no right to speak at this meeting? Grimble, have you forgotten what you usually say?
Yes, I have.
All right, then. Now, sit down and stop interfering.
Oh, you're always on at me.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I am not.
You
Grimble.
are.
Oh, don't grumble, Grimble.
Oh, I hate you.
Well, gentlemen, before I was so rudely interrupted, I was about to say that the subject of this village is on the agenda at the Ministry. The outcome is this. We are going to provide this district with a fast motor traffic bypass.
Oh, an excellent idea, excellent idea. We're fed up with all those cars dashing past here. How far away from our houses will you build the bypass?
How far away? My dear chap, we're going to pull all the houses down and run our road right through where they were.
Hey, pull the houses down? Well, what about my cottage? 40 years I've lived in there. It's almost like home. I was even thinking of putting some curtains up.
Oh, well, you needn't bother, my friend. According to the map, there will be a tarred road right through your living room.
Good. That'll save me putting some lino down.
Well, just a moment, Sir Bilberry. You ever heard of building a bypass through a village? They usually go round them, through the countryside.
Ha, that's the idea, yes. We'll knock all the houses down, put a road through, and that leaves the countryside free for putting up more houses. Oh, I've got my head screwed on all right.
Yeah, you stand a good chance of having it screwed on a stick, like me.
Now, quiet, everybody, please. Quiet. I'm warning you, Sir Bilberry, these people won't take this sort of thing lying down. You're not going to ruin our village. What we need now is a man among us to take the initiative, a man of courage and enterprise, a crusader, a live wire.
Hello. I won't take my coat off. I've still got my pyjamas on underneath.
Oh, Mr. Platt, you've arrived just in time. Here, do you know they're going to pull all our houses down?
Yes, I know. I was just lying in bed. The bedroom door opened and in came a workman from the ministry, and it frightened the life out of me.
You scare easily, don't you?
I don't know. He was driving a bulldozer.
What? You mean they've started pulling our village down already? Oh, this is scandalous.
Scandalous? It's wicked. Someone at the government will have to pay for this. Chuck them out. Here, what about my little bungalow on the corner? Have they started pulling that down yet?
No, when I came by, they were driving it off on the back of a lorry.
The back of a lorry? Here, was there an ugly sort of woman leaning out of one of the windows yelling her head off?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there was.
Oh. The government knows what it's doing. Put them in again.
Sir Bilberry Tart, you can go back to your ministry and tell them that we will not stand for this invasion into the privacy and freedom of the individual.
But, my dear Bruff, we were assured that we would have the willing cooperation of the good people of this village of Bedworthy.
Bedworthy? This isn't Bedworthy. That's about 10 miles away.
Is it? Oh, good gracious, they're pulling down the wrong place. I must go and sort this out at the ministry. Bye-bye.
That's a nice thing. Pulling down the wrong place, eh? Well, they'll have to pay some compensation over this little affair.
Yeah, they certainly will. They said the main road was going to run right through my digs. They even started painting a white line right on the middle of my eider-down.
But, Mr. Platt, didn't your landlady complain?
No, she couldn't. She'd been pinched for taking a bath on the wrong side of the road on an even date.
Yes, they might have made a mistake this time, but one day they will build a road through here.
Oh, you're right. But what can we do about it?
We'll move further away. Out into the country, that's what we'll do.
Well, come on, let's do it soon, Bruff. While we've been talking, Ronald Chisney's crept in with his harmonica.
As a result of what took place at the meeting, Mr. Bruff decided to move away from the sprawling mass of suburbia into the heart of the country. After many days of scanning the advertisements, he is on his way with Mr. Platt and Archie to inspect a desirable property known as Folly Farm.
Well, let's hope this farm's what we want, Archie.
Yeah, I hope so too, Bruff. I'm looking forward to living in the country.
Yes, I was sick of being in town with nothing to look at but ugly, grime-stained monstrosities.
Well, there's no need to be so personal.
Oh, all right, Pantomime, I wasn't talking about you.
Oh, it's going to be wonderful having you with us on the farm. You can do all the odd jobs.
That's right. Pat, have you ever come in close contact with livestock?
Well, I once had some scruffy digs in Bootle.
Hey, look out, Bruff, there's the farm. Pull up a minute, pull up.
All right, Archie. Come on, let's get out and have a look at it, shall we? That's the idea. Oh, look, there's the owner waiting to meet us. Let's have a word with him, shall we?
Hello. A moo-moo here, a moo-moo there. A few more hellos and bang.
Why, Mr. Monty?
Well, if it isn't Mr. Bruges and young Nipper and Rover, the sheepdog.
It's not a sheepdog, it's Mr. Platt.
Sorry. Where did you get your hair cut? Now, what can I do for you lot then?
Well, we're interested in buying this farm. Now, just exactly what does it comprise?
Well, you read the advert, didn't you? I've got a copy of it here. Look. Desirable residence, Ev Modcon, usual offs, 4 beds, sit-in room, 3 wrecks, tiled kit, all completely amph. And in the garden, brick built girls for car. That's plain enough, isn't it?
Yes, it's as plain as the niz on your fizz.
Well, the house looks all right, but what about the plumbing?
Couldn't be better. I guarantee you'll never have a frozen pipe. Now, when you want water, you simply turn a handle, wait a couple of seconds, and turn it back the other way, and you've got 2 gallons of crystal clear water.
Oh, that sounds marvellous. What do they call this thing?
A well.
Well, I suppose we must rough it a bit. Now, is there any chance of having trouble with the drains?
Impossible. There aren't any.
Hey, no drains? Well, where does all the washing up water run to?
Back into the well. Mr. Bruges, you couldn't have picked a more ideal spot for a farm.
Yeah, he's right, you know. I've been swatting up. This district is renowned for its soft soil and heavier rainfall.
Good. What's the main product?
Mud.
Listen, you just have a look around the place. As you can observe, the farm stretches right as far as the eye can see.
All I can see is a dirty great brick wall 20 yards away.
Yes, compact little place, isn't it? Oh, you can't go wrong with this place. Get away from the cold town and live in the friendly warmth of the great outdoors.
Well, wouldn't we be warmer if we had the great indoors?
Oh, we've got a right one here. Now, do me a favour, plate mate. Put on a red shirt and feed the bull.
Here, Bruff, I like the look of this place. Come on, let's buy it, shall we?
Well said, Nipper, well said. It's going for a song.
Good. Well, here's a copy of trees.
We don't want any of your relations here, Nipper.
Oh, now, Mr. Monty, really?
Sorry, son, no offence. Now, this place is going for 2,000 quid. Complete with tractor and combine harvester.
Well, what about the plough?
It opens in 10 minutes. Let's go down there and complete the deal, eh?
Mr. Bruff, spurred on by his love for the country life, decided to buy the farm. They've been in for 2 days now, and Archie and Mr. Bruff are thoroughly enjoying it.
Oh, come on, Archie. Wake up, old chap. It's nearly 8 o'clock. Come on, open the curtains and let me gaze at that stark, bare tree outside my window.
All right. Here, I say, Bruff, is a stark, bare tree made of steel with rivets and a notice saying danger 50,000 volts?
What are you talking about, Archie? Of course not. Here, let me see. Archie, that's not a tree. That's an electricity pylon. They must have put it up overnight. What a confounded nerve.
You're right, Bruff. It is an electricity pylon.
You know that must have knocked hundreds off the value of this farm.
Hello, that's my cue. Want to sell?
What sort of a game is this, Mr. Monty? How can I run a farm with those electric wires all over it?
Mr. Monty, old Bruff has spent £2,000 on this farm, and he sent Mr. Platt out to buy more animals. Mr. Monty, you're a swindler.
Did I hear someone calling me by my maiden name?
Look here, Monty, I want my money back.
All right. You can have it back. I've got my wallet here, and I'll pay you back here and now.
Good. £2,000. That's what I paid for it.
Oh, yes. But when you bought it, there wasn't a dirty great big pylon on it. This farm is depreciated. What do you want for it, 1,000?
1,000?
Done. Here you are.
Oh, no. I wouldn't accept £1,000 for this property over my dead body.
Okay, get rigid and I'll lay it on your chest. Here you are. Here's the money.
You better take it, Bruff. You know, the farm's not much use now.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so. All right, Monty. You've pulled another fast one on us, but we'll get even with you for this. Come on, Archie, old boy. Let's get out of here.
Oh, well. So much for life in the country. But where are we going to live now?
Don't worry, Archie. We'll go to a hotel for a few days, and then we'll look around for another farm.
Here, just a minute. There's a man driving some animals along. Why, if it isn't Mr. Platt? Oh.
Mush, mush, mush. Get along, little doggy. Mush, 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 mush. Now, quiet, Daisy. Keep quiet, Mirabelle. You're a fool to yourself. Well, I bought some animals for the farm, Mr. Bruff. I've got 2 cows, 2 pigs, 2 sheep, and a job lot of mixed poultry.
Well, you can take them all back again. We've sold the farm.
What?
We've no farm, nowhere to live, and all these animals to look after as well.
Hello, Archie. Don't go away yet.
Felicity, Mr. Monty's daughter. What are you doing here?
I'm inspecting my daddy's farm.
Yes, and your father just swindled us.
Yeah, we may have to move back into town.
Oh, what a pity. Out here in the country, you can have such lovely food. Today we had shepherd's pie.
But you can get shepherd's pie in town.
Yes, but not made from real shepherds. But it's dangerous living in the country, though. This afternoon I went for a walk and I fell down a great big rabbit hole.
Oh, how did you get out?
My daddy sent a ferret down after me.
Don't talk to me about your father. He's an old chiseler. He sold me this farm, and 2 days later, the electricity board put up that pylon.
That pylon wasn't put up by the electricity board. It was put up by my daddy.
What?
It's a portable plastic pylon. His workman put it up, and then my daddy buys back the property very cheap.
Well, the old rogue. Is that true?
Cross my heart. Tonight, that pylon will be taken away from your place, and tomorrow it'll be put up on Sunnybrook Farm along the road.
Oh, so that's the game, eh? Well, it's nice of you to explain.
Well, I only told you 'cause I like Archie. I think he's lovely.
Oh.
Kiss me.
Oh, all right. I'll shut my eyes first. Here I come.
Hey, Archie, you've just kissed the goat.
Yes, I know what I'm doing.
I'm still waiting for my kiss.
Oh, dear, yeah. Well, all right. I'll kiss you in my dreams.
Have you been dreaming about me, Archie?
Oh, yeah.
I've been dreaming about you, too.
Have you?
Yes, it must have been something I ate.
Well, perhaps it was angel pudding.
Oh, no, it was calf's head and pig's trotters.
Tell me about your dream, Archie.
All right, Felicity. I dreamed that I was King of France, and at the royal palace dance I waltzed all night with the Princess of Peru. I praised her beauty to the skies, and when I looked into her eyes I realized the princess looked like you.
I dreamed that I was king of Spain, and through the jungles wet with rain I conquered all the land in Timbuktu. Among the captive girls I took was one with a peculiar look. I looked again and saw she looked like you.
I dreamed I was Sultan of Bombay, inspecting my harem one Monday. The 1,000 dancing maidens fair, each had your eyes, your lips, your hair.
It's a jolly good job you didn't sleep till Sunday.
I dream that at my coronation I shall every coronation, giving up my throne to marry you. 'Cause I'd be king of all the world the day you said that you're my girl. Let's hope my dream just won't come true.
I've been dreaming about you as well, Archie.
Oh, go on.
Yes, we were dancing together. Oh, it was blissikins. We were floating around the floor.
Well, Archie, you'll float. You'd have to swim for it.
The music was divine. I can hear it now. Listen.
Come on, Felicity. You dance. Dance with them, Mrs. Platt.
I was Queen of France and at a royal palace dance I waltzed all night with the Prince of Timbuktu. He praised my beauty to the skies, and when I looked into his eyes I realized the prince looked just like you.
I dreamed you were the Queen of Spain, a sailing on the bounding main when a lofty pirate ship hove into view. A handsome buccaneer so bold and captured you and all your gold, but he dropped the lot when he took one look at you.
I dreamed I was Sultan of Bombay, inspecting my harem one Monday. 1,000 dancing maidens fair, each had blue eyes, red lips, fair hair. Gee, I wish I could have slept till Sunday.
I dreamed that at my coronation I shelved every coronation, giving up my throne to marry you. 'Cause I'd be king of all the world the day you said that you're my girl. Let's hope my dream just won't come true.
We hope his dream just won't come true.
Well, the shades of night were falling fast. A very strange procession made its way through the English countryside seeking shelter for the night. It consisted of a van containing Archie and Mr. Bruff, followed by 2 cows, 2 pigs, 2 goats, 2 chickens, and Mr. Platt.
Here, Bruff, pull up. There's a hotel over there.
Oh, this is the 10th one we've tried. I hope this one will put us up for the night.
Give over, I'm not taking my cows in that place. Look at the name of it, the Bull.
Oh, we can't be choosy at this time of night, Platt. Let's top and go and inquire. Come on.
Now go to sleep, you cows. I'll put you on tins next week instead of bottles. No, go to sleep. If you can't sleep, try counting the sheep.
Oh, come on, Mr. Platt. Let's go in and see the hotel manager. All right, come on.
Hello there. What can I do for you, what?
Ooh, doesn't he speak funny?
Well, let's have you then. Come on, state you want.
Well, now, we'd like some accommodation.
Oh, right so. Well, do you want the ordinary or the deluxe? I mean, the ordinary's 25 shillings for room and bath.
Well, what's the deluxe?
Well, that's 35 shillings, but you get a bed as well. Now, wait a minute. Let's have a look and see what's vacant in the book. Yes, here we are. I've got a room with breakfast, no bath. I've got a room with bath, no breakfast. Well, I've got a breakfast and bath, no room.
Now, look, have you got a room for us or not?
Oh, I've got to smash it here, you know. It's marvellous. It's one side opens out onto a lawn.
Oh, do you mean it's got no wall?
Mr. Platt, please. All right, my man, we'll take it. Archie, you keep him talking while I go out and get the animals in through the French windows. All right, my friends will sign in. I'll go out and get our luggage. I'll take it straight in through the French windows. It'll save a lot of bother, you know. It won't be long.
Thanks very much. It's a nice friendly chap, that, like, you know, isn't he? All right. Oh, I'm not tired. Oh, dear.
Oh, do you work long hours here, then?
Oh, there's slave drivers there, you know.
Oh?
They keep me at it till the cows come home.
Yeah. You won't have long to wait.
Hello. What's that, then?
That's Bruff bringing in our suitcases. Real cowhide.
Made a bit of a noise.
Well, it's still on the cow.
Well, have a minute. I'll have a look through the window. Hello. What's your friend up to? I've just seen him snatch up a handful of grass and disappear into his room.
Well, he's a vegetarian.
Well, I don't care what his religion is. There he goes again. Here, there's something fishy going on in that room there. I'm going to get my ear to the keyhole.
Now, Daisy, be a good girl. And stop nuzzling my ear. Come on, Daisy. That's it.
Here. I'm not having that. Oh, I'm not have that, you know. Here. Who's this Daisy in there with him, then? Hey?
Now, Daisy, don't make a noise, old girl. You'll start Mirabelle off. And quiet, girls. There, that's it. There.
Aye. The fine goings on here, all right. Right, Sunday newspaper caper. I'm going in there. Blow me cap off. What's this lot, then? Here, you can get those animals out as quick as you like, you know. I don't cater for livestock here.
Oh, now, but please, sir.
Oh, go on, get them out, I say.
But you can't throw us out. After all, we've only got 2 cows, 2 pigs, 2 goats, and 2 chickens.
Now, look here, Noah. Well, I say out. I mean out.
Oh, dear. Oh, if he throws us out, we've got nowhere to stay for the night.
Now, don't you worry, Archie. He can't throw us out. I know the law. I haven't been inside for nothing. Listen, hotel keeper, you've got to put us up because we're travellers.
We'll start travelling.
All right, I'll handle this. Now, look here, my man. I'd like to point out that under the Liability of Hotel Keepers Act, a genuine traveller cannot be turned out under any circumstances whatsoever. And furthermore, if you think... Well, I certainly told him a thing or two. That's the first time I've ever quoted the law like that.
Yes, and this is the first time I've ever slept with 2 other fellas standing up in a phone box.
Yeah, I know. I haven't had a wink of sleep.
Well, what kept you awake?
Some woman kept tapping on the window all night with 4pence.
Oh, I'm stiff all over. Ooh, sleeping on the air to care. My stomach pressed on button B. No, if I hadn't got 3 bob back in 6pences, it would have been a waste of time.
What are you complaining about? It wasn't too bad once we turned the cows out.
Oh, I'm not complaining. I didn't mind being slung out of the hotel. I didn't mind sleeping in a phone box. But when Mr. Bruff made me breathe all over the little windows so that he could change into his pajamas, well, that was too much.
Oh, now stop this nonsense, Platt. And let's think of what we're going to do.
Yeah, those poor animals. We must get another farm as soon as possible.
And we must get one cheap, Archie. After that deal with Mr. Monty, I haven't much money left.
You, the crafty old swindler. He's putting that pylon up all over the place.
Yeah. Here, I say, Pratt, I got an idea.
What?
Well, Felicity told us that Mr. Monty's men were going to put the pylon up at Sunnybrook Farm next.
Well?
Well, don't you see? Well, what? Come on. Well, all you have to do is to get over there before Mr. Monty and buy cheap.
Well, that's a brilliant idea, Archie. Yeah. Yes, the dawn's just breaking. Come on, let's go over there straight away and talk business to the farmer.
Well, Mr. Bruff, I'm not so sure I want to sell the farm after all. After all, last year, from one field alone, I got 50 tons of wheat.
Well, that's amazing.
It is rather, especially as I planted cabbages.
Well, the proposition's very simple, sir. My friends and I are looking for a farm.
What's it all about, then, eh?
Well, your farm's up for sale. Now, it can't be worth a lot with that electric pylon out at the back.
Oh, is that what it is? I've been putting weed killer on it all the week.
Now, I'm looking for a quick deal. Now, will you take £1,000 for the farm?
Yes, I will. Here's the deeds. I keep them in my hip pocket with my yo-yo.
Oh. And here's your money. I've got the cash on me.
Oh, thank you, yes. Well, I'll go up and pack me tin trunks.
Oh, good old Bruff. That was a quick bit of business.
Oh, yes, it didn't take me long to cotton onto a new racket, my boy. Let's go outside and look around, shall we? Come on.
Hello again. Well, if it isn't Farmer Bird.
Ah, Mr. Monty, you're too late this time. You can take your pylon away now. I got news for you. We bought this farm first.
Yes, and I've got news for you. That's a real right pylon you got there. Been there 20 years.
I don't believe it. That's just another of your little jokes. That's not a real pylon. Just another of your tricks, that's all.
All right, then, all right. Try touching the cable.
I'll call his bluff. Archie, hand me that pitchfork. I'll show you. There we are. Oh, ow, oh, it's alive. Oh, I got a shock. Oh.
Well, there's one thing about old Bruff. He's a real live wire.
Those concerned in this latest attempt at educating Archie were Peter Bruff, Ken Platt, Dick Emery, Hilda Braid, Derek Geiler, and Peter Hawkins. The show was aided and abetted musically by Ronald Chesney and the BBC Review Orchestra, conducted by Harry Rabinovich.
Some will be irritated, many will be exhilarated, everybody will be methylated to hear that it's that man again.
It's that man again, it's that man again, yes, the Tommy Hanley is here.
When spirits flag from out of the bag, he'll extricate a time-honored gag.
Mother's pride and joy, Mrs. Hanley's boy, oh, it's useless to complain. When trouble's brewing, it's his doing, that man again.
Hello?
Is Mr. Hanley there?
No, ma'am, I ain't seen him in days.
How many days is he in for?
Madam, we are not amused.
Well, my paper wants a story from him, and I've got to get it.
No hope, lady.
Tell him Miss Stropper phoned, will you?
Yes, ma'am.
And watch his face fall.
Gee, this don't sound too good for the boss. I wonder where he is.
He won't be long now. I've just greased the steps.
What? Hello, Sam. I've just fallen for the girl on the stairs. How are you?
Oh, gee, are you hurt, boss?
No, just snapped my lines of communications. I was trying to encircle her when she gave me a pincer movement, and I had to turn the other flank. Any messages, Sam?
Sure, boss. An SOS from a sob-sister saying she solicited a story for a sensational Sunday scandal sheet with the sore in circulation, snooping surreptitiously on your secret sessions.
Is that so? Well, I better protect myself against this. Now, Sam, you know the railings by the gremlins near the coolings?
No, boss.
Oh, you must, Sam. Well, you know the High Street?
Sure, boss.
Well, you know the shop on the corner where they curl cucumbers?
Yeah?
You know Lover's Leap?
No, boss.
Well, they do when they sit on the cactus. Now, let that be a lesson to you. By the way, what are you trembling for?
I'm nervous, boss.
Well, don't look round now.
Why not, boss?
It's too foggy to see anything. Well, now I must write an article on Yorkshire pudding for next week's batter box. And then I'll...
Just stand where you are, Bill.
Okay, Bill.
Now, take a line from here, Bill.
About a foot left, Bill.
What the dickens...
Quiet.
All right, Bill.
The door will go here, Bill.
Front, Bill, or back, Bill?
These chaps are giving me the willies.
I'll make it 40 feet, Bill.
Okay, Bill.
I must call Sam at once.
Bill!
Yes, Bill? I mean, boss?
Listen, if those two bills come in again, settle them.
Sure, boss.
Now, I've got a big idea for making this place into a nightclub for fire watchers. See who it is, Sam. Shove the wardrobe against the door and open it slightly.
Hey, boss.
Yes?
It's Mr. What's-his-name. He says he just got back from Wales.
From Wales? Well, tell him to come in and hang his leak on the hat stand. Why, if it isn't old... sit down.
How are you, Mr. What do you call?
Well, I'm all right, except for a touch of the old Colwyn. Have you had a good holiday in Wales?
Oh, yes, indeed, man. I was at
Aborigine?
No,
Abracadabra?
No.
Blended now?
That's right.
Oh. How are they all doing at... How are they... Where you've been?
Oh, indeed, grand man. All except old Taffy.
Taffy apple?
No. No, Taffy.
Tapioca?
No. Taffy.
Trevor Jones?
That's right.
Oh, right. Now, have you got any of those plastic heads with the long...
Oh, yes, indeed.
They haven't come in, will you?
Well, no, thanks. No, send me some of the short ones, won't it?
Oh, if I haven't any man, I'll send what I've got, you know. I will see what you call it, isn't it?
Welsh forevermore. Well, now I'd better see who's accepted the invitations for my gala opening tonight. Now, let me see. There's the Marquis of Morn, Count Both Ways, Peer Gynt, and the British Ambassador to Blackpool.
Now, we must find a place for the sink, Bill.
That's right, Bill.
Shall I foot the bill, Bill?
Yes, Bill. Can we run 'em under the bed, Bill, old man?
Why not, Bill, old fruit?
Because they block up the window, Bill, old Bailey.
Quiet.
Right, Bill.
We'd better measure the corridor, Bill.
Okay, Bill, old fruit.
What a William Fair. Now, the next thing I must do is to get so-and-so to arrange the cabaret for the fire watchers. Now, I'll engage that famous cistern act, Elsie and Static Waters. And then to crown everything, I'll... Oh, dear. Hello?
It's me again. I know something about you.
Careless talk, careless talk.
I saw you eating last night with a...
Careless falk, careless falk.
You should go somewhere else. For a spoon.
How dare you insult my knife?
See you, Bradford, Monday.
See you, Sheffield, Wednesday. That was Stainless Susan. Well, now I must go to the library. I want to read that new crime novel, The Famous Pillowcase by Ida Down. Now,
Through here, Bill.
Okay, Bill.
That bill was passed quickly. Look out, they're coming back.
No, Tommy, it's...
Good heavens, it's a test tube with tights on. Well, Charles, you've arrived at the crucible moment. What's your retort to that?
I've got something I'd like to play for you.
Who's it by, Chemical Chris?
No, it's Harold Noble's new arrangement of Dixieland.
Dixieland, okay. Dixie! no more nonsense. Now, I must concentrate on the final arrangements for my Fire Watchers Club. Now, I shall want an asbestos dart board, a dozen bottles of firewater, and I'd better send for the caretaker, Percy Pintable.
I thought you'd say that, Mr. H. Lo and behold, here I am.
You weren't listening at the keyhole by any chance?
Well, now, that's an astigmatism on my character. And to coin a phrase, it hurts.
Well, you must have been listening. You've still got fluff in your fetlocks and the key stuck in your ear.
Lo and behold, so I am.
Yeah, well, look, lo and behold, do you mind if I turn it? Lummy keeps the kitty up his conch.
It's very strange I should use my ear hole as a keyhole, isn't it?
Yeah. Not as strange as using a mouse hole as a funk hole. Now, tell me, are we all well equipped with fire buckets and everything?
Bless you, sir, we are. To coin a phrase, okay.
Well, it's my turn to coin a phrase now. Who's in charge of the fire preventers?
Oh, your friend, Senior So-So's our warden, Mr. H.
Oh.
And lo and behold, here you are. Here.
Ah, Mr. Ant Pump, do you wish to see how I deal with insanitary bombs?
Well, carbolically, I hope.
I like that, Mr. H, and if I may say so, a bomb motto.
Yeah. Well, to pull a phrase, you're crackers. Now, so, how do you put out incendiaries?
With my syrup pump.
Well, I'll be sugared. I suppose the water trickles out of the nozzle.
Yes, it comes out with a skirt.
What, a lady fire watcher?
No. The water comes rushing out of the schnozzle.
Schnozzle? Oh, I see. It comes out with a big nose. Noise of it. Is Mr. Pintable a member of your squad, so-so?
Oh, yes, and he's a perfect snack in the grass.
Snack in the grass? Sounds like dinner with a dandelion.
Oh, Mr. Hand Grenade, please remember, I am Chief Wooden.
Well, you ought to go on the boards. And don't forget, none but the brave deserve the fire.
Depend on me and everything will be ship-shop.
Ship-shop. I'll have to bar that fellow. And that goes for you, too. I'm not waiting any longer. Well, fancy him being the leaning pin-up boy of Pisa, eh? I'll bet he wears catacombs. Well, now, next I want to chuck it out. That expanding box will be the very man. Hello, who's this?
Now, Mr. Hanley, I really must have that story.
What, do you mean the one about the two commandos in the blackout?
No, a story for my paper.
Oh.
My card.
What's this? Eavesdropper. Representing the press, washstand and chest of drawers. Address 26 Lapino Lane, Lambeth Walk. No, Miss Stropper, I never give interviews.
Oh, surely you won't refuse me.
Well, I'll sell you my life story for £5, and you can have my photo on a bearskin rug for 4p. Without the rug, bearskin only, £7.10.
What are your immediate plans?
Well, apart from going to the blacksmith to forge a cheque, I'm free till lunchtime. No, I can't give anything away.
Oh, come on, Tommy, be a sport. Just for little Eve.
No, I'm adamant. Now, come on. Get off my knee. Besides, it isn't that sort of joint.
Hold it. Oh, what's the matter? Thank you.
Lovely. Laid an egg on the plate. Is that your photographer?
Yes, I've got what I wanted. Thank you. Goodbye.
Hey, come back here. You can't publish that. A man in my position, in that position, it's an imposition. I'll be ruined.
Bathroom had better go in here, Bill.
Is there room for the old geezer, Bill? Now, listen to me, Bills. I want to be frank with you.
Okay, Frank.
No, I'm in earnest. Righto, Ernest. I'm fed up with you.
You? His name's Bill.
Well, who are you? I'm Bill, too. You've been listening to the Names Trust. You know, those boys have got something, only they don't know where to put it. That reminds me now,
Is there anything I can do, sir?
Well, hello, Mrs. Mupp. What you can do for the fire watchers?
Oh, I've been doing for them for ages, sir. Shorty lot of scoundrels.
What the NFS are you talking about? Do you have to fire watch, Mrs. M?
Oh, yes, sir. I had to register at the town hall.
What, and sit round a fire bucket with old Ebenezer? Well, I'll be jiggered. Who goes on with you, anyway?
Oh, there's no goings on, sir. It's all straight and above board.
Below bar, you mean? What about Pat the Potman? Isn't he on with you?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
I saw ghosts the other night, sir.
Don't be silly. I bet it was Pat in your night shift.
Sometimes it's Mr. Birkin, the landlord, sir. Oh, such a gentleman. Always says pardon before he takes his boots off.
Oh. What's he say before he takes his socks off? Now, I want you to look after the guests when they arrive. You know, make them feel at home.
But, take their collars off, sir.
Yeah. Take the tea leaves out of the sink so that they can have a good wash.
I've brought this for you, sir.
Oh, isn't that nice? What is it, a hot water sausage for cold feet?
Oh, no, sir.
Oh?
It's a warden's waffle.
Nice.
Get off for now.
G-U-T-L.
What's that, sir?
Get up that ladder. I bet she'll go fire watching in a coat bonnet. Hello? Oh, yes, you can count on me. Sure, you can count on me. Of course you can count on me. He wants to do his arithmetic on my back. What next, I wonder?
Boss?
Yes?
Boss, you're due in Tom Panelli. You've got a date.
Well, if I was under 12, I'd have an orange as well.
No, boss. Oh, all the entertainers for your party are waiting.
All right, I'll see them right away. That is the end of the pomegranate concert. The pips will follow in a few moments. Now, who's first at the audition?
Walter Whitwhite is still at your service, sir. After breaking all records this week at Dover.
You know, that's what I like about the South. Now, where are you next week? At Loggerhead? Are you booked solid till next Christmas?
Yes, sir. Except for the weeks beginning November 7, 14, 21, and 28. December the...
Oh, I see. Then in summer you're going to Pantomime, eh? Well, what are you playing this year? Little Red Riding Hood or the Goose That Laid the Golden Egg?
No, sir. I play the boots in the puss of that name.
Really? And Santa Claus in the Christmas Grotto as well?
Yes, alas, sir. The modern child is prone to penetrate my disguise.
Yes, Aladdin. They will keep on putting bangers under your wonderful lump.
That, sir, is the least of their pranks. I have a new impression for you, sir.
Well, you sound like a dentist. What is it, top or bottom?
No, sir. Tarzan wooing his mate while eating a banana.
That's what I like about the mouth. All right, Walter, you're engaged for tonight. You'll get 2 cheese sandwiches and a number 8 battery. Next.
Boss.
What?
Boss, I got a song.
What, you, Sam? I didn't know you had a touch of the Paddy Joneses.
Oh, gee, boss. I've always wanted to broadcast.
Why, have you got a private income? Well, let's hear the worst.
I'm a Saratoga hobo from the sunny South, and how? A country cousin from the Great Divide. Everyone thinks I'm a wow. I was born in Oklahoma, and it ain't a-gonna rain no more. Sisakacha, Utakala, Bevo, Aliyah, rah-rah. I am a Saratoga beau. Yowza.
Sam. Well, that's terrific, but why do you hiccup all the way through?
That wasn't a hiccup, boss. That was the lyric.
I thought you were eating your own words.
Well, for no encore.
Can I sing you my area, sir?
Ah, Madam Putty. Now, last time you sang your area, a policeman fell into it.
Can I sing Down in the Forest, sir?
Of course you can, but it's a long way from here, so you better take your torch.
Oh, yes.
Next, please.
Oh, Mr. Edel Nash. I am dissipated.
You're telling me. I can see that by the cart ruts round your kisser.
No, but I had engaged a famous impersonator to give you a turn.
Impersonator? Accompanied, I suppose, on the tom-tom by Billy Kitten and his band, eh?
But alas, she's suffering from tinselitis.
Chinchillitis, that's a circus trouble, I suppose, eh? Every time you crack a whip, she gets on a high horse, eh?
All is not lost. I will give you a recitation.
A recitation? That'll have the missus beaten. You mean a recitation, don't you? But come on, let's hear it.
I recite it.
Right.
The boy stood on the burning dock.
How perfectly given. No, not today, So-So.
Ah, Mrs. Saucepoon-Lid, I am underdone.
Well, you better sit on the burning duck. I got to listen to Jack Cooper. What have you got today, Jack?
Well, I've got an old...
Overcoat for sale?
No, an old...
Mother Riley?
No. It's an old sea shanty called Outward Bound, and I'm singing in the modern manner.
Modern manner, eh? What's that, a new council house? Well, have a crack, Jack.
I will, Bill.
Right.
On Liverpool docks we bid adieu to Luke and Sal and Kitty too. The anchors weighed, the sails unfurled. We're bound to cross the watery world. But don't you see, we're outward bound, hurrah, we're outward bound. The wind now blows from east northeast. Our ship will sail 10 knots at least. The purser will our wants supply. So while we live, we'll never say die. But don't you see, we're outward bound, hurrah, we're outward bound. And now we're hauled into the docks, where pretty girls will come in flocks, and one will to the other say, now here comes Jack with his 3 years' pay. But don't you see, we're homeward bound, hurrah, we're homeward bound. And now we're off to the Dog and Bell, where good liquors they always sell. In comes the landlord with a smile, saying, drink, lad, drink, it's worth your while. But don't you see, we're homeward bound, hurrah, we're homeward bound. But when our money is gone and spent, there's none to be borrowed nor to be lent. In comes the landlord with a frown, says, get up, Jack, let John sit down. But don't you see, he's homeward bound, hurrah, hurrah, he's homeward bound.
I say, Mr. H, there's one entertainer you've forgotten.
Hello, it's Comical Cross from Charing Chris. How's your Chris, Cross?
I've not got Outward Form. Oh, fire eating. I swallow a bottle of paraffin, a sack of coal, a candle and a box of matches. Then I light them.
Oh, central eating, eh?
Like to see me do it now?
No, this isn't a smoking carriage. But I'd like to see you do a back somersault into the inkwell.
Righto, I will.
Good. Lummy, is my face black? Oh. Hello? That was Pig and Whistle. Well, now what...
Mr. H.
Yes?
Did you intend to turn the club into a sort of winter garden?
Well, if I may coin a phrase, yes. Any suggestions?
Oh, I'm full of them. I think of them in my bath.
Do you? Well, let's both get in the bath and think of one, shall we?
The winter gardener's arrived, Mr. H, and lo and behold, here he is.
Well, what's all that undergrowth round him?
That's his beard, I presume.
I thought he brought his own hedge.
Oh, when hedge be high, spring be nigh.
And I suppose when ditch be full, watch out for bull.
Oh, in our parts they do say, when cow be mooing, cows be wooing.
I always thought it was when pigs start cackling, let's get crackling.
Oh, in our parts we
now,
say...
listen, that's enough what your part says. What about this winter garden?
Oh! I got old man Starling, Parson's niece, wild cowcumber, and shepherd's eloy.
I see, and hibbert, hollyhock, mangle worsley, sprouting snagwort, and Alf's button, eh? Well, haven't you got Handley's rambling statements?
Way! In our parts, they do say, when Handley's on air, weather be fair.
Oh, well, red sky in the morning, Monday night at 8. Thank you, Mr. Middlecott. Good gardening. Now, he's either got a sheep round his neck or his vest is showing. Well, now I better get dressed for the big do. I suppose a frock coat and a muffler would be the correct garb to greet the fire watchers. I hope it's still in the wardrobe. I'll have a look.
Woo!
Good heavens, it's a moth with a fur coat on. Now, you won't find a story in there, young woman, even if you do go through my pockets.
Oh, be a dear. Give me something to put in my paper.
Well, here's a second-hand blancmange and 2 live eels.
I mean some particulars of your private life.
Well, not until you give me back that snap your Snoopy photographer took.
What, the one of me sitting on your knee?
Yes.
Here it is.
Oh, I like that. But it would have made a better picture, you know, if you'd... Listen, come here a minute. Now, sit down. Put your head here. And your arm around here. That's it. Now,
Hold it.
Oh, dear.
What's the birdie? Take off.
Here, stop that, man.
That'll go in our sporting edition. The picture tells the story. Ta-ta.
In our part, they say, when girls on knee and a man comes in and takes a lot of photographs and then sends them down to Fleet Street and publishes them, trouble there'll be. I must stop that man leaving the building at once.
Boss,
Yes?
boss, the guests are arriving.
I've no time for guests. Send them to Henry Hall. Listen. Now, lock all the exits. No one must leave.
But what if there's a fire, boss?
Well, roast some chestnuts. Besides, the place is full of wire watchers. Listen, go and get the band to play some fire music, Sam.
But what'll they play, boss? Blaze away?
No, Sam. The man with the ladder and the hose. Get So-So to announce it.
What about me, boss?
Oh, go and boil your head.
Sure, boss.
It's done now, Sam. And don't forget to turn the gas out. Now I better go in.
To open the proceedings, the band will play The Man with the Bladder on His Nose.
Produced by Drone Sharman. Now sit back and enjoy yourselves.
Our first turn is Hot Cross Comic Chris eating a fire.
I will now swallow a sack of coal washed down by a gallon of paraffin.
Just a minute, Chris, you've got some crumbs.
Now I want someone to light me.
Give me a match, Sam. It's a good thing you're not a trio.
Why?
Well, it's unlucky to light 3 men with 1 match.
Look out! He's setting the place on fire. The sailors in line.
Put him out.
I thought I'd give the fire watchers something to watch, eh?
Well, where are the fire watchers?
They weren't fire watchers, boss. They were fire watchers watchers.
Then the fire watchers haven't gone to watch the fire watchers fire watching the fire.
I wish my pa could see this trick.
Your pa? Well, why don't you go and fetch him?
Right, I will.
Oh, boss.
What?
He's going up like a rocket.
Well, let's go and get his ration book. Just a minute, Sam. That might be Chris. Hello? Well, fancy that.
Well, what's he say, boss?
He says his pa wasn't in, so he's gone to Mars.
You've been listening to Tommy Hanley again in ITMA with Horace Percival, Fred Ewell, Dorothy Summers, Sidney Keith, Dino Galvani, Bill Stevens, Brian Herbert, and Gene Caffra. A singer, Jack Cooper. The BBC Variety Orchestra was conducted by Charles Shadwell. Script and lyrics by Ted Kavanagh. Produced by Francis Worsley.
Now, listen, my first number entitled Sitting on the Cold Wet Grass Without Any Music.
When you're with your girl, got nowhere to go, can't get in the movies or the show, with no little nest, where to build and coo, do the same as I do, here's a tip for you. Every night you'll find me just as happy as can be, all in the dark, sitting in the park with Sarah. Thought I knew how to woo, but I've learned a thing or two, all in the dark, sitting in the park with Sarah. No matter if it's wet or fine, hail or snow, when the clock strikes 9:30, in we go. Love is blind, they tell me, but I see all I want to see, all in the dark, sitting in the park with Sarah. Look, no exertion, look. No, well, you don't get any more money, All for you, lady. Got the time, got the place, I don't worry about her face, all in the dark, sitting in the park with Sarah. Now, I started courting when I was 17. When I was 17, I was in the kitchen. I shall never forget it if I live that long. I was in the kitchen, brushing my hair back, putting on a clean collar, 3 inches high, the collar. It looked like I had my ears off. And my mother said, where are you going? I said, I'm going courting. She said, you're going what? I said, I'm going courting. She said, you're going to bed. Dead wicked, my mother. What a crafty woman, eh? She said, get up those stairs. Honest, sent me to bed with no supper. She said, you'll get no supper, a piece of bread and butter, 1 slice. Bread and butter. My father came in and he said, where's Maxie? She said, I caught him in the kitchen making himself up. He said, he was going courting. I sent him to bed. He said, what? He said, she said, I've sent him to bed. I gave him a slice of bread and butter. He said, where's the frying pan? She said, you're not going to hit him with that, are you? He said, no, I'm going to fry him a piece of steak. He can't go courting on bread and butter. Now, listen. And I've got big eyes, look. Now I have. Look. Now, when I open them up, look. That's my mother's fault, looking all over England for my father. Here. Because, mind you, I've only had 2 sweethearts in my life, 2. It's enough, isn't it? No, it's not a shame at all, because it's nice. Only 2. No, I'm straight. I'm dead straight. Honest, I am. Butcher's hook. 2 sweethearts. The first one was a telephone operator, and the second one was a school teacher. The school, not ordinary day. Sunday school. Well, they can't marry, you see. They get a pension. Now, listen. I'll stop that. I gave her the money instead, see? But the first one, I used to take the first one out, the operator, and I started cutting it in the woods. Go right in the woods, you know. Yeah, right in among the hay, you know. All the time, see? Shh, not a soul about. Very likely a gypsy would pass. Used to start to cuddle her and she'd say, all of a sudden she'd say, 3 minutes are up. Now, see. Now, the school teacher, she was entirely... A smasher, the school teacher. Wore glasses, a tall girl with glasses. I like the girl with glasses. You know what I did? Come here. Listen. I breathed on them. Honest, she couldn't see what I was doing. But eventually I married her and we had 15 children. No, that's true. No, that's honest, that's true. What, too many? No, is it? I don't know, is it? It is, And I told her, I said, listen, I said, any more children, I said, you and I said, listen, any more, I said, I'll commit suicide. She said, don't be silly, Max. I said, listen, come here. I said, any more children, spoke to her proper, you know. Any more children, I'll commit suicide. I came home. Been away to sea. I came home a few months after. She said, it's happened again. I said, this is the end. I went upstairs. I went and I opened the drawers. And I got all my ties out, tied them together, tied them round my neck, got on the table, got them tight to the gas rack, you see. And I was just going to jump over the table when I said to myself, don't be a mug. You might be hanging the wrong man. Here. But I've got my own studios at Brighton, and a woman came to my house, 11:30 on Monday morning. She said, Max, I want you to paint a snake on my knee. I went dead white, honestly. No, well, I'm not strong. I'm not strong. So, listen, I jumped out of bed, see? And, now, listen a minute. So, I started to paint the snake just above her knee. That's where I started. But I had to chuck it. She smacked me in the face. I didn't know a snake was so long. How long's an ordinary snake? A brand new number, the cheeky chappy, a brand new number for the first time. If I make a mistake, you must really forgive me. A little number entitled The Chappy, but I twist it and call it the Cheeky Chappy. This cheeky chappy, who's always happy, when I'm walking down the street, although it's raining, I'm not complaining. I've got a joke for everyone I meet. This cheeky chappy, who's always happy, that's the way I go through life. I'm always chaffing, I'm fond of laughing, because I've never bothered with a wife. All the ladies know me all over the town. They smile when I go passing by. I've never been known to ever let them down. They say without a doubt, he is the saucy guy, this cheeky chappy, who's always happy. And thanks to you, I'm going strong. My jokes are newer, and some are bluer. But lady, please don't ever get me wrong. I'll do Josephine then. Do Josephine. What's wrong with that? Go on, make something of that. Go on, make it. Nice lot of people, eh? Finsbury Park. But there's one thing I like about you people, is you're quick. You'll get all the gags right away. You're like a flash of lightning. I was in Dudley 5 weeks ago in Dudley. It was a raid. I don't like raids. Honest, no, when that warning goes, my tummy goes right over, honestly. No, I can't help it, you see. Goes right over it. Not running anybody's house. Never made a bloomer yet, I'm not kidding. And this particular night, they were dropping them all over the place they were. And there was a fellow running down the street in his shirt. That's all he had on, a little tiny shirt running down the street. I said, where you going? He said, home. Here, listen. Here's a song that goes with it. I never slept a wink all night. I once stayed in the Swell Hotel. The chambermaid was really swell. She came each time I rang the bell. I never slept a wink all night. She brought my supper up to bed. As she stood there, her face was red. I don't know what I did or said, but I never slept a wink all night. As she stood there, she held my hand. She really was a beauty. She said, you know I'll get the sack if I don't go on duty. I said, I'm a traveling salesman who can show you how to bill and coo. I showed her all my samples too, and I never slept a wink all night. I used to play the big bassoon. I took it with me on my honeymoon. The wife said, play me Love in Bloom. I never slept a wink all night. She said, I think you've missed your cue. So I played her Colonel Bogey too. She said, my dear, the same to you. And I never slept a wink. She said, now put that thing away. You're playing simply lousy. Kiss me, dear, and say goodnight. I'm feeling rather drowsy. I said, I cannot close an eye. And when she asked the reason why, I played it to think to tell a lie. I never slept a wink all night. Than a postage stamp, and as the grass was really damp, I never slept a wink all night. The sun was sinking in the west. I'd have given £1 for me little short test. A piece stung me, you can guess the rest, and I never slept a wink all night. Next day when the sun came up, we did some exercising. I got tanned on my little weekend now, isn't that surprising? The girl said, chase me up this hill. If that won't warm you, nothing will. I think that's where I caught a chill. Good night.
Here's Merry-Go-Round, going round the services week by week, bringing music and fun to boys and girls in khaki and 2 shades of blue. To all you servicemen and women, wherever you are. This week, the predominating color is once again Air Force Blue. So now, with Richard Murdoch and Kenneth Horne, their guest Joan Winters, and a supporting cast including an all-star RAF orchestra, the Royal Air Force takes the air.
Once again, we extend an invitation to you all to come with us on a flying visit to that famous RAF station in Laughter Command, Much Binding in the Marsh, where waiting at the station gates with his usual escort of WAF SPs is our very own CO, Squadron Leader, Richard Murdoch.
How do you do, visitors? Welcome yet again to Much Binding in the Marsh. I've already explained to you the sort of thing that goes on here, but in case you should ever want to come again, I'd better explain the best way to get here. You take a train from any station on the main line, change at Crewe, Flanthorpe, Possingbridge, Spursley Junction and Blope. Here you detrain, get out your sandwiches and vacuum flask, because you have an hour and 20 minutes to wait for the bus to Sprantfield Abbott. Please don't get too hopeful about the sign on the saloon bar at the station hotel at Blope, which says back in 5 minutes. As it's been there, to my knowledge, since 1932. The nearest station to this camp is actually Little Binding Halt. But no train has ever been known to halt there. In fact, it's so near the offal factory that I doubt if any train could halt there long enough to let the people off. However, station transport meets the bus at Sprantfield Abbot, and one can easily distinguish the station transport as it has RAF roundels on the shafts and yellow gas detector painted on the horse's neck. You should be able to arrive here within 48 hours of leaving Euston, and on arrival you must report to the guard room. This is easy to spot if you know what to look for. It's a converted lighthouse which became redundant when the surrounding country was reclaimed from the sea. You press the button marked A to summon the orderly corporal. He's known as Corkscrew Charlie on account of running up the spiral stairs so often. Don't on any account press button B, because we rather think it's connected to the air raid siren, and so far we've never dared press it to find out. Show the corporal your identity card. If you haven't got it, show him an old bus ticket. He'll never know the difference. And provided you give him a large enough tip, he'll show you round the station. He might even show you the Martello Tower where the station band practices. Flying Officer Sidney Torch is on leave at the moment, so we've given him permission to put in a deputy. And here then is Flying Officer Peter York and his 16-metre band, and they're going to play a piece, the title of which I've forgotten for the moment, but it'll be jolly good.
Well, by now you will have realized that Much Binding in the Marsh is an isolated district, but just how far from civilization you may not believe. To bring this home to those who do not realize what loneliness and isolation can mean, we're going to let you listen to an actual conversation between the CEO of the station, Richard Murdoch, and the AOC 8080 group, Kenneth Horn, at station headquarters, Much Binding in the Marsh.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm glad you visited us today. You'll be just in time for the ceremonial march past.
Ceremonial flapdoodle, Murdoch. We've got to prepare for something much bigger than that.
But, sir, it's all arranged, and the chaps have been practicing for weeks. The flag's been put the right way up, and we've managed to issue nearly every man with a uniform of some sort. You'll be most impressed, sir.
But, Murdoch, haven't you heard the news?
Don't tell me Golden Firefly pulled off the 2:30 at Pontefract.
No, Murdoch, it's bigger news even than that.
Oh, put me out of my suspense, sir.
Well, it's like this. I was sitting in my dentist's waiting room this morning. I'd finished reading the Needlewoman's Guardian when I came across one of those newspaper things. And there it was in the top press. Murdoch, it's come at last.
What has, sir?
Chamberlain has declared war on Germany.
Well, I must say I've seen it coming. As soon as I saw that consignment of pikes arrive, I knew something was afoot.
I must say my suspicions were aroused when I got a signal from command which read, "Much binding aircraft must be made serviceable, new elastic in post."
I suppose under the circumstances, sir, we'd better cancel the concert tomorrow night.
Oh, not at all, Murdoch. It's moments like these that the airmen's morals must be kept up.
Couldn't we use the elastic for that, sir?
Don't be ridiculous. You know what all this means, Murdoch?
No, sir. Surprise me.
Well, it means that a state of emergency exists. It means that every man must gird up his loins. It means we must all toughen up our sinews and man our posts with determination. This is war, Murdoch.
Is that egg you've got on your tie, sir?
Oh, by Jove, you're right. It must have slipped down off the peak of my hat. What are your reactions to this news, Murdoch?
Well, it's no surprise to me, sir. I always did mistrust the Kaiser.
This will probably mean a food shortage, you know.
Oh, it's started already. Only yesterday I went into Mrs. Cavy's everything shop at Little Binding to get a dozen bananas, and she'd only let me have 6.
Good heavens, don't say I shall have to put up with pineapple for my 11s again.
Do you think, sir, we'd better break the news to the men, or shall we let them get over the concert first?
Well, Murdoch, we mustn't upset them. If we want them to come into this war on our side, we've got to cajole them.
You're right, sir. You remember how peevish they were when we suggested compulsory saluting? I think, sir, if I may suggest, we might get a line on the men's reactions by breaking it to Costa.
Good idea. He always strikes me as being the epitome of the bulldog breed. Send for him.
Hello? Ask LAC Costa to come in for a moment, will you? What's that? Oh, tell him he can pass bar to his pin-up girls later. Never heard of such a thing.
Tell me, Murdoch, how do you think we ought to arrange ourselves for this interview?
Well, sir, you must definitely sit with your back to the light.
I think you might be nonchalantly scanning daily routine orders.
Yes.
We must put Costa at his ease.
Look out, here he comes.
Quick to our places.
Come in. Oh, it's you, Costa. What a surprise. How are your people?
Oh, nicely, thank you, sir. Mind you, Emily's had a nasty touch of her twinges again.
Yes.
Oh, I know the very thing for that. I came across a tin in the chemist yesterday. It's done me a power of good. It's called D-Digito. And its slogan is, try it out and notice the relief.
Well, I must tell Emily about that, sir. I'm very grateful to you, I'm sure.
Well, sir, I think you'd better explain to Costa why he's here.
Yes. Now then, Costa. By the way, you responsible for DROs?
Yes, sir, yes.
Do you realize you spelt canteen with a K?
Oh, Costa. How many times have I told you it should be C-A-N-T-I-N-E?
I couldn't apologise more, sir. I hope this is not going to jeopardise my chances of promotion.
Well, you know, if you don't pay attention to the small things in life, how can you expect to be a leader of men? Where do you think I should be if I'd spelt Lysander with a Y?
Well, I don't know, sir. I really don't know, sir.
Well, let that be a lesson to you, Costa.
Very good, sir. Is that all?
Yes, don't let it happen again.
Very good, sir.
I thought you were going to tell him about the war.
Oh, by Jove, yes, so I was. I am getting an old scatterbrain.
I don't know, sir. You're not very old. Shall I get him back again?
Yes, do. I think you ought to know how things stand.
Right. Hello? Send in Costa again, will you? Well, he can trim her edges later. This craze for photographs. Come in. Oh, it's you again, Costa. Tell me, how are your people?
Well, nicely, thank you, sir. Mind you, Emily's had a nasty touch of her twinges.
Yes, of course. Now then, Costa, the AOC's got some very startling news for you.
Have I?
Yes, sir, the Gazines about his jills.
Oh, the scans?
You mean the kafloot about the Gavin.
Oh, of course. I've forgotten the Savins through.
Yes. That's right, sir.
I'll tell him when he comes in. Is there anything else, sir?
Oh, I don't think so. Oh, yes, there is, yes. I want to warn you, this may come as rather a shock to you. You see, this country of ours is an island. A piece of land entirely surrounded by...
Water?
No, thanks, I've just had a cup of tea. Imagine Europe a seething cauldron, a hotbed, a maelstrom, a turmoil. How are your people?
Well, very nicely, thank you, sir. Mind you, Emily's had a nasty touch.
The fact is, Costa, we're at war with Germany.
Will that be all, sir?
Yes, that's all.
No, it isn't. Costa, do you realise the implications of this?
Well, I've realised it now for about 5 years, sir.
What do you mean?
Well, if my memory serves me right, we've been at war with Germany since September the 3rd, 1939.
Well, I do think you might have told us.
Does anyone else on the camp know this?
Well, everyone but you and the AOC, sir. Besides, it's nearly over now.
Is it? Who's winning?
Oh, well, our side's winning.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, I'm hoping that one of these days I'll be getting back to Civic Street.
Oh, well, I hope the wash and brush up man at Euston has kept my job open for me.
Well, I think we'll all get our jobs back, you know. The girl who took over my job at the Foreign Office says she never wants to work a lift again.
By the way, Costa, what is your civilian job?
Oh, well, I'm Amalgamated Airlines Limited.
Oh, Costa, how interesting. I suppose you'll be needing new blood in your firm after the war?
Oh, yes, sir. There'll be any amount of openings for the right type.
Well, you'll be needing highly placed executives, men with drive and initiative who are capable of making quick decisions.
Oh, yes, sir. The scope is absolutely unlimited for the right man, of course. Amalgamated Airlines Limited is the firm of the future, you might say.
Well, Costa, I must say I've always been very pleased with your work here.
Well, it's been a pleasure to work for you, sir.
I hope you'll be able to say the same thing about you one day, Costa.
By the way, Murdoch, is that corporal post still vacant?
Yes, sir, but we haven't been able to find the right man. But I think I can find someone who could fill the post if it were upgraded to sergeant.
You amaze me, Murdoch. Who do you mean?
Costa.
By Jove, you're right. Good heavens, why didn't we think of it before? Congratulations, Sergeant Costa. I expect your fellow directors of Amalgamated Airlines Limited will be heartened to hear of your promotion.
Well, this is all very nice of you, sir. This will do Emily's twinges a lot of good. It really will. By the way, sir, I'm not exactly a director of Amalgamated Airlines.
Oh? What are you?
Well, I work the lift. Good afternoon.
How are your people?
Well, now that the news of Germany's impending collapse has trickled through, the Air Officer Commanding and the Commanding Officer are determined that much binding shall play an important part in hastening final victory. All recreation has been stopped, and the order of the day is work and more work. Well, as is often the case, when people are called on to work for long periods at full pressure, tempers are apt to become a bit frayed. Well, it seems like this is now happening in the CO's office, where behind closely guarded doors, he and the AOC sit semi-submerged by documents and files of the topmost of top secrecy.
Oh, how can you expect me to agree to this?
But, sir, we've always seen eye to eye over things like this in the past.
Eye to eye, my foot. Here, Murdoch, is a document which will eventually reach command headquarters for the C&C's sanction. And you're asking me to be a party to it.
But, sir, everything's been arranged. The route has been worked out, billets have been organised, and transport laid on.
Well, it's putting me in a very difficult position. And I'm afraid my ruling has got to be a painful one. No, Murdoch, I can't sign it.
Very well, sir. I abide by your decision. I'll just have to take a 48 hours pass instead.
But, Murdoch, don't forget you promised to arrange your leave to coincide with mine so that we could go shrimping together.
Of course, sir. What must you think of me?
Besides, Murdoch, you must remember you've got a lot on your plate here at Much Binding.
By Jove, sir, I was forgetting the concert. Yes. I think you're quite right about the accordionist and the community singing. It should only happen once.
And then the chap who tells the story about the blue booties, that mustn't happen at all.
No. I quite agree, sir. Come in. Oh, it's you, Costa. By the way, why did you leave these ARP instructions on my desk? Pretty stodgy stuff.
ARP instructions, sir. That's the winning entry for the Much Binding script competition. By the way, sir, there's a lady and gentleman to see you. Here are their cards.
Let me see. Miss Emily Forbes Atkinson, BBC, and Mr. Stuart Skrite, BBC.
BBC? What's BBC?
Never heard of it, sir.
Well, I suppose it's the Binding Benevolent Club.
Yes. Either that or bathing beauty contest. Show them in, Costa.
Very good, sir. This way, please.
Good morning. I suppose you're the two managers here. I'll come to the point very quickly. Briefly, it's this.
We, that is, Mr. Skrite and I, represent the BBC. No need, of course, to tell you what that stands for, and no doubt you're already familiar with our activities. We understand, Mr. Skrite and I, that you're organizing an entertainment for your workers, and the BBC would like your cooperation in helping us, Mr. Skrite and I, to put over an entirely new idea that has been worked out by us. And when I say us, I mean, of course, Mr. Skrite and I.
Well, we'd very much like to hear this scheme. That is, when I say we, I mean, of course, the AOC and I.
Briefly, I'll come to the point again. Mr. Skrite and I, that is, the two of us, after a great deal of collaboration, have worked out an entirely new angle for a broadcast program. We have a mobile recording van operated entirely by Mr. Skrite, and I do all the organization. With regard to the program, I'll come to the point briefly. The title, I think you will agree, is very original. I might add, at the risk of blowing our own trumpets, and when I say our own trumpets, I refer, of course, to the trumpets belonging to Mr. Skrite and I, that Mr. Skrite and I thought of the title entirely unaided. The title is Aircraftmen Work Wonders.
Oh, fancy of you thinking of that yourself.
Oh, no, I didn't think of it myself. Perhaps I didn't make it quite clear. It was the result of a joint brainwave by
Mr. Skrite and I.
The idea is this.
Please come to the point briefly.
Yes, I'm a very, very busy man.
Well, in a nutshell, you are giving a concert. We have a recording van.
Worked by Mr. Skrite?
Quite. And we broadcast an excerpt from your concert provided entirely by local talent.
My word, sir, what an idea. Most original.
The BBC were lucky to get hold of Mr. Skrite and you.
It's quite a new idea, eh? By the way, you'll have to hurry up if you want to record our concert because it's due to start at any minute.
Mr. Skrite sees to everything. He's dynamic.
Oh, pity. Perhaps our MO could do something for him. What about it, Skrite?
Oh, don't bother him now. He's too busy.
Pity he's such a chatterbox.
As a matter of fact, I've got the whole thing buttoned up and laid on.
Oh. Good show. Lay on, Max Skrite, to the naffy.
Now, quiet, everybody. Quiet, please. Now, you've got to do specially well tonight as the BBC are going to broadcast the first part of the show. So, Sergeant Spicer, your stories will have to come in the second half. Now, quiet again, please, is the AOC.
Oh, thank you, Murdoch. Well, now, chaps, as you've heard, this show is to be broadcast. Now, don't forget the takeoff is 1930 hours. Your target is the General Forces program, so I don't want you to drop any bricks.
My dear fellow, I do wish you wouldn't kick that cable. The plug's come out of its socket 3 times already. You really should know better at your age.
I'll give you a plug in the socket if you talk to me like that.
Don't upset Mr. Skrite, sir. You know how temperamental these BBC chaps are.
Now, don't forget, when the red light goes on, we're on the air. Now, where's the compere?
Sergeant Spag Brackett?
Here I am, Cook. Let me, I don't all feel nervous.
Oh, you don't want to worry, Sergeant, to take a tip from me.
Now, quiet, everyone. It's coming up now.
Who is Mr. Skrite? Right.
This is the General Forces program. And now, from an RAF station somewhere almost in England, we bring you Aircraftmen Work Wonders. And here to introduce the program as your compere, Sergeant Bartholomew Spagbrackett.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The first item on the programme tonight will be Corporal Bashit and his utility two-piece combination. In other words, the much-binding band. And talking of bands reminds me, the wife sent her nightdress to the laundry and they sent it back and said they didn't wash bill tents. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the much-binding band will tear off their first piece. And now I have much pleasure in introducing temporary acting unpaid Sergeant Coster, who will sing to you in his own inimitable boogie-woogie way.
For my first number...
For your only number.
Okay. I surrender, dear. Okay, Corp. We played the game of Stay Away, but it costs more than I can pay. Without you, dear, I can't make my way. I can't really. So I surrender, dear, see? I may seem proud, I may act gay, but it's just a post. I'm not really that way. Of course, deep down in my heart, I say, for the second time, I surrender, dear. Ah, but how lovely you looked on the malachite crucibles. Yes, you really did. And the scent of the margay and the prawny gaze, so sweet, so lovely and smelly. And then you bloggified on Tuesday night. What lovely rapture that was. And there was I, so fly-besqueepered, so reap-applauded. It was terrible, it really was. When stars appear and shadows fall, why then you'll hear my poor heart call. For you, my life, my love, my fountain pen, my everything. I surrender, dear. Thank you very much. Yours sincerely.
The next item, ladies and gentlemen, will be LAC Pullet Conjurer. A most unusual act to broadcast, LAC Pullet.
I shall now perform a few feats of legerdemain. My first experiment will involve the use of an ordinary pack of cards. I'll shuffle the cards so, and place them in this envelope. They are very expensive, these envelopes. I went into a shop to get them and said, "What do your envelopes run to?" The girl behind the counter said, "They don't run, they're stationary." Having recovered from your laughter, I would like you now to watch very closely.
I say, by Jove, that's good. I say, that's jolly clever. My word, that's an amazing climax. What an incredible place to bring a rabbit from.
Next, we have a sensational act, Two Boys with Guitar. Ladies and gentlemen, the Stink Pots.
Do I worry 'cause you're stepping out? Do I worry 'cause you've got me in doubt? Though your kisses aren't right, do I give a bag of beans? Do I stay home every night and read my magazines?
Am I curious when the gossip flies? Am I furious about your little white lies? And when all our evenings end, because you've got a sick friend who needs you, do I worry, honey?
You can bet your life I do. Why do I whisper green grass?
Do I worry?
Why tell the breeze it ain't so?
Am I curious?
Grass, don't tell the trees, 'cause the trees don't need a tone.
For glamour, personified glamour with a capital J, it's none other than your own Flight Officer Rita Flannel.
When I'd like to sing for you a song from Tom Jones. Fortunata, Fortunata, let me dream out my dreams of delight. Tra-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la, la-la-la-la, Fortunata, let me dream out my dream of delight. Tra-la-la, la-la-la-la-la-la, la-la-la-la, Fortunata, Fortunata, let me dream out my dream of delight. Tra-la-la, la-la-la-la-la-la, la-la-la-la,
Isn't there any more to that song?
Well, there is, but I've only got page 1.
Well, can you sing something else?
Yes, I can. I can sing Some Other Time, Not Now.
Thank goodness for that. Goodbye.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, few of you know that in peacetime the AOC and the CO were famous saxophonists and dancers, and were, in fact, well known on the halls under the title of the Puffin Brothers. We have therefore asked them to wind up the show tonight by playing their most modern piece. Ladies and gentlemen, the Puffin Brothers.
The leads of the AOC and I haven't played for quite a considerable time, so you'll excuse us if we tune up, will you?
Bang on.
So, chums, for the time being you've had it, but when we're next on Merry-Go-Round in 6 weeks' time, you will all be very welcome once again at Much
Binding in the Marsh, where you will see our names upon the roster. At Much Binding in the Marsh.
They're Richard Murdoch,
Kenneth Horn, and Costa.
And this is me, Joan Winters, but before I say goodbye, I'd like to thank you on behalf of Mr. Scrite and I.
So cheerio, the time has come for all of us to fly from Much Binding in the Marsh. Cheerio, folks, at Much Binding in the Marsh. See you later at Much Binding in the Marsh.
Week by week, the merry-go-round goes round the surfaces, bringing music and fun to boys and girls in khaki and 2 shades of blue. This week was Air Force Week. Next week, the predominating color will be khaki. Today at Much Binding, our guest was Joan Winters. The residents, Denny Dennis, Sam Costa, and of course, Richard Murdoch and Kenneth Horn. Peter York conducted the all-star RAF Orchestra. The script was written by Richard Murdoch and Kenneth Horn, and the program produced by David Manderson.
Raise a laugh, when you're feeling sad and blue, just raise a laugh, and soon you'll find you're losing that frown. A smile will spread all over the town. Don't give in, try and grin. Don't be like a passport photograph. Come on and meet Ted Ray, he'll chase your troubles away.
And raise a laugh.
Ted Ray.
Thank you, boys and girls. I went down to Ascot last week. I walked back. What a shocking day I had. I don't mind losing my money, but when a horse in the 3rd race comes over and says, well, had enough, that's too much. Straight from the horse's mouth. You know, the bookmakers are doing very badly lately. I feel so sorry for the poor bookmaker. You know what a bookmaker is, don't you? A bookmaker is a pickpocket who lets you use your own fingers. Yes, I know. I saw one young apprentice on a horse I fancied. I said, well, do you stand any chance, son? He said, yeah, but I wish the horse didn't have a flat head. Poor kid, I didn't have the heart to tell him he was sitting the wrong way around. During the 3rd race, I said to a fellow next to me, how's number 14 doing, old man? He looked through his glasses and he said, he's lying 4th, old boy. I said, good. Do you think he'll win? He said, I don't think so. The jockey's lying 7th. Anyway, that's enough about racing. I went down to Smithfield Market yesterday. There was a shocking commotion going on. There was a live bull running about. You know, it's nice to see the meat chasing the men, isn't it? By the way, isn't it marvelous about Sammy the Seal swimming the channel? All they did was throw headings in front of him, and there he was. Ernie Bevan's going to try the Atlantic next week. They're going to throw dollar bills in front of him. When I was in America, I went to one of those Red Indian camps. You know, it's marvelous how they send messages by smoke signals. Really wonderful. There was one Red Indian rolling about, beating the ground with his fists and crying his eyes out. I said to the chief, what's he doing? Is it a war dance? He said, no. He's just found out that the girl he's been corresponding with for 7 years has turned out to be a volcano. The name was Etna. Anyway, fruit is getting a little bit scarce, you know. Fruit, don't you think fruit is getting scarce? Been very good to see, but I saw a barrow boy in Westminster yesterday. I said, got any good dates under your barrow? He said, dates? I said, yes. He said, nah, dates? He said, you better ask Gatley. He's going to smash it up his sleeve. friend of mine, very, very old, went for a holiday to the Isle of Wight. While he was there, he collapsed and passed away, poor fellow, so they brought him home. I went round to his house, and his wife said to me, "Would you like to see him?" I said, "Yes." She said, "There he is." I said, "Poor old Charlie." "But he looks well, doesn't he?" She said, "Well, he ought to. He's just had a fortnight's holiday in Shanklin. So long. I'll see you in a minute."
How you gonna keep them down on the farm after they've seen Paris? How you gonna keep them from Piccadilly jazzing around and painting the town? How you gonna keep them away from harm? That's a mystery.
They'll never want to see a rake or plow, and who the deuce can parley-voo a cow?
How you gonna keep them down on the farm after they've seen Paris?
Reuben, Reuben, I've been thinking, said his wifey dear. Now that all is peaceful and calm, the boys will soon be back on the farm.
Mr. Reuben started winking and slowly rubbed his chin. He pulled his chair up close to Mother and he asked her with a grin, how you gonna keep them down on the farm after they've seen Paris? How you gonna keep them from Piccadilly jazzing around and bending the town? How you gonna keep them away from harm? That's a mystery.
They'll never want to see a rake or plow, and who the deuce can parley-voo a cow?
How you gonna keep them down on the farm after they've seen Paris? After they've seen Paris.
Thank you, boys and bells. And next week the boys and girls will sing, "I never pinch bulbs on the railway, and yet I'm badly treated." Thank you, sir. Did you ever go up in an aeroplane at night? Did you ever look down and see those millions of twinkling lights from the little houses below? Lovely little houses all over Britain. Ah, yes. But did you ever stop to think what's going on in those little houses? A Cold War. Give up, boys. Don't struggle. You haven't got a chance. This is what happened to me last night as I arrived home from the office. The silly idiot! The stupid fool!
Well, that's a nice way to talk to your wife.
Not you, darling, not you.
Oh.
I'm talking about Johnson from the office.
Oh, what did he do, dear?
Ah, it's my own fault, I suppose. He drove me home in his car, doing 45 in a built-up area.
Well, what happened?
We were gonged.
Gong?
Yes, gonged. And talking about gongs, I must tell you this. Oh, that chump. That man, what an idiot. You know what he did? He stopped. He stopped to buy a present for his wife.
Oh, yeah.
And what do you think he was going to buy?
What, darling?
A gong. A dinner gong. Pardon my cracked lip. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I'll soon talk him out of that.
Yeah, but, Ted, you know, I think that's a very nice idea. You know, all the smart people have dinner gongs.
All the smart people have dinners.
Well, myself, I think it's a wonderful idea, darling. Just imagine. You'd come home from the office, then you'd pop into the bathroom to wash your hands, and then I'd ring the gong to let you know dinner's ready.
Listen. If a dinner's cooked properly, I can smell it. I don't have to hear it.
Well, Ted, it would look awfully nice hanging in the hall.
Now, listen, Kitty, just let's get one thing figured out before we go any further. If ever you bought one of those things, I'd hang you in the hall. Now, where's my evening paper?
Well, here it is, dear.
Ah, that's it. What a day I've had. Oh, dear, am I glad to be home. Now, what's this? Joey Brown eats a banana sideways. He could do it, too, could Joe? Yeah.
Ted,
Mm-hmm.
what's wrong with a gong?
I don't like them.
Well, why not?
I don't like them.
Well, why not?
My mother was frightened by a boxer. Now, be quiet, dear, and let me read the paper. I've had a hard day.
Well, just think, darling. I'd bang the gong every time there was a big, juicy steak for you.
Who wants a gong you only ring 4 times a year? Let's have a look now. What's this? Oh, Princess Elizabeth horse one, eh? That's nice.
Ted, darling.
Oh, what is it?
Although you don't like gongs, you do love me, don't you?
Yes, dear.
And you know I wouldn't do anything to hurt you.
Yeah. You're the most wonderful person in the world, darling. The most beautiful, the most sensible, the most efficient and pleasant wife a man could ever wish to have. Now, will you shut up and let me read the paper?
How dare you speak to me like that, you beast? I can't bear to be in the same room with you.
Women. What have I done now? I just want to read my paper and she goes up in the air. What's that? Who did that? Kitty, what was that noise? Who did it?
It was me, beating my gong.
Beating your gong?
Yes. You see, I bought one. Here it is, and I'll do it again.
I'm ready. I've got my plate.
Get out. That's all I needed.
Oh, but I've come to answer the gong.
Well, beat it.
Oh. I'm sorry, Nelson, dear. Dinner isn't ready yet.
Well, it's not fair. Building up my hopes. Look, I'm dribbling.
Well, go and sign on for Chelsea.
What do you say?
I said go and sign on for Chelsea.
Why, you mean lot. That's what you are.
Now, you see what you've done? We'll never have a moment's peace with him. Oh, well, so you've done it, eh? You've bought one.
Yes.
How much?
Well, it's mounted in oak.
How much?
And it gives a beautiful note, dear.
How many beautiful notes did you give?
£4, 19 and 6.
£4, 19 and 6. Give me strength.
Oh, are you angry, Ted?
No, darling, no. I'm just furious. What a waste of money.
Oh, but Ted, darling,
you've been going to the pictures too much. Who strips to the waist to beat it, Nelson or me?
I thought you'd like it. I thought you wouldn't mind.
Well, I don't, and I do.
You want me to return it? You don't approve?
Yeah, I do, and I don't. But get one thing straight, Kitty. I'm not going to pay for it.
Oh, but just look at it, Ted. It's beautiful. It was made by a brass finisher.
A brass finisher?
Mm-hmm.
I married one.
Yes.
£4, 19 and 6. I have to work like 2 men for that.
Yes, dear.
In fact, I work like 4 men.
I know you do, dear.
Yeah. You know what I am?
No, Ted.
I'm the radio revelers.
Oh.
4 men, 1 gong. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Kitty. You're not going to get me to pay for it.
But it's only once in a lifetime.
I don't care. I'm adamant.
You're what?
Adamant. I don't know what it means, but that's what I am.
But, darling, I tried to tell you. I just couldn't get down to it.
You should be down to it now, on your knees, begging for mercy.
But I don't want mercy.
Then get on your knees and beg for something else.
Well, Ted, it's a bargain.
A bargain, she says. £4, 19 and 6, a bargain. For another 10 bob, we could have got the Dagenham Girl Pipers. With flutes.
I'm sorry, Ted.
I know what's done this. I know the cause of all this. Rebop. That's it. The modern music. £4, 19 and 6 to let us know we're having our dinner. I'll clear the attic out and have bells fitted.
Bells?
Yes, then we'll hire a team of bell ringers and let the neighbors know we're having our dinner.
Ted, there's one thing I'd like to ask you.
Yeah, I know. For me to pay the bill when it comes. Well, listen. You bought it, they sent it, we've got it, and you've had it. Nothing will make me pay for that gong.
But I've already paid for it.
Oh, yes? Well, where did you get the money?
Well, I was out shopping, and I met Mrs. Higgins.
Mrs. Higgins?
Yeah, you see, she lent me the £5.
Kitty, you borrowed £5 knowing you couldn't pay it back?
Yes, Ted.
That's a clever girl. Well, you're not getting me to pay it.
You mean you just won't pay it?
No. You made your own bed, now you can butter it on both sides.
There you are. You see, that's what I get for being a good wife. My mother always said I should never have married you.
What? Your mother trying to stop me from marrying you?
That's right.
Oh, how I've wronged that woman.
Oh. I know. You don't love me anymore.
Of course I love you anymore. It's Mrs. Higgins I don't love. She encourages you. Well, she can just whistle for the $5.
But, Ted, don't you see, it wasn't her money. She borrowed it off her husband. And, well, I said I'd pay it back tonight.
Pay her back tonight? Well, you're not getting the money out of me. Wait a minute. Where did Sam Higgins get £5? He's owed me a $5 for 12 months.
Well, you see, he's...
Oh, wait a minute. It's like being trying to get blood out of a stone with him. But wait. I see the light. Mrs. Higgins got it from him instead.
Uh-huh.
You got it from Mrs. Higgins.
That's right.
Do you know what you've done, Kitty?
What, darling?
You've got my long-lost $5 back. That's a clever girl.
Oh. Well, thank you, Ted.
What a wife. What a lucky man. What a clever girl. You've got what you want, and I've got my... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I haven't got any money. I haven't got my $5. You know what's happened to me?
What, darling?
I've been gonged.
We bring you melody from out of the sky, my brother and I.
Hello, everyone. This is Bob and Alf Pearson. Our melody this week tells for the first time the story of that lucky old son.
Up in the morning, out on the job, work like the devil for my pay. But that lucky old son has nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. Toil for my woman, fight for my kids, sweat till I'm wrinkled and gray, while that lucky old son has nothing but roll around heaven all day. Good Lord above, can't you know I'm pining? Tears all in my eyes. Send down that cloud with a silver lining. Lift me to paradise. Oh, me that river, take me across, wash all my troubles away. Like that lucky old sun, give me nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. Oh, Lord, I'm tired and weary of pain. Please, Lord, forgive me if I complain. Up in the morning, out on the job, I work like the devil for my pay. But that lucky old son has nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. Toil for my woman, I fight for my kids, sweat till I'm wrinkled and gray, while that lucky old son has nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. Good Lord above, can't you know I'm pining? Tears all in my eyes. Send down that cloud with a silver lining. Lift me to paradise.
that river, take me across, wash all my troubles away. Like that lucky old sun, give me nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. Roll around heaven all
And now we present Ted Ray as George, the man with a conscience. The long-suffering Mr. Rivers, editor of the Daily Bugle, is once more forced to send George out on an important mission.
You sent for me, Mr. Rivers?
Aye, I did, George. Tell me, do you know anything about motor cars?
Well, the girl I was out with last night said I had a very fierce clutch.
Really?
Yes.
What's she like?
Gin and Yanks.
Oh, well, never mind. Never mind that at all now. I've got a job to do. I've got to improve my circulation.
Shall I rub your legs?
Aye. Don't rub them too hard. What are you talking about?
Sorry, sir. Sorry, Mr. Rivers. I'm sorry.
Now, look here.
Yes.
Get down to the motor show and bring me back a full report.
Motor show? Oh, yes. Oh.
What's the matter?
I'm not a very good driver.
Oh, nonsense. You're the best driver I've ever seen.
I am?
Yes, you're driving me crackers. Now, get out.
This way for the motor show. Overseas boys only.
Well, I'm from California.
Straight through, Senator. Immediate delivery.
Say, I'm from New York Broadway.
Straight through, Governor. Immediate delivery.
I'm from Tooting Broadway.
Come back in 3 years.
Oh, dear. Overseas buyers only. I'll never get in.
George,
Yes, Conscience?
it's your own fault you can't get in.
Why? What did I do?
You won the war.
Yeah. Yeah. But I must get into the motor show.
You'll have to disguise yourself as an American.
How am I going to do that?
Put on your horn-rimmed glasses and knock off that Boy Scout's hat.
That's a good idea. Oh, Sonny,
Yes, sir.
have you done your good deed for today, son?
Yes, sir. I helped an old lady across the road.
That's a good boy.
Yes, and it wasn't easy either. She didn't want to go.
Well, that's nice. Well, would you like to do your good deed for tomorrow?
Yes, please.
Well, lend me your hat.
Yes, sir. Dip, dip, dip.
Dob, dob, dob. Oh, and Sonny,
Yes, sir.
here's fourpence. Go and wash your knees. Well, Conscience, how's that? In this hat and horn-rimmed glasses, I feel like Truman.
Yes, you've created a precedent.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have. Well, here I go.
Don't forget to speak with an American accent.
Right, I'll put a clothes peg on my nose.
This way for the motor show. Overseas boys only.
Well, I swear, gee willikers, you all. Shut my mouth. This am the best little old motor show in the whole wide world. Yes, sirree.
Ah, good morning, sir. We're always glad to see the Russians.
Well, what a wonderful show.
Wonderful, George. Look at that streamlined chassis.
You mean that lovely drop head?
No, that lovely redhead. Go on. Go over and test her batteries.
Oh, shut up. I've got a job to do.
Yes, and she's just the job.
Oh, quiet, you. I'll go and have a word with this salesman. Good morning, old boy.
Boy, you're supposed to be an American.
Oh, yes. Hiya, neighbor. How is your war? I guess I got $15 million to kind of throw away around here.
$15 million? Oh, sir, how many cars will you take?
Well, I don't know.
Well, let's go and have a little drink and talk it over. Waitress?
Hello.
What will you have, sir?
Well, I guess I'll have a mint julep.
We ain't got any of them. You'll have to have a mild and bitter with a bit of lettuce stuck in it here.
Well, thanks, honey child. Regards.
Oh, regards. Well, sir, how many cars will you buy?
Well, I was thinking about 500.
500? Have another drink.
Why, sure. Regards.
Regards. Wonderful. And they're only $1,500 each.
$1,500?
What do you think I am, sir? A carpetbagger, sir? I'll have you know I'm from Virginia.
No, Virginia, Turkish only.
Who is that woman? $1,500, sir. That's too cheap. I'm not buying roller skates. I'll try the next stand, sir.
I heard that, sir, and you're so right. Those cars are very shoddy jobs.
Is that so?
Yes, and you know that if you blow the horn, the mudguards fall off.
You don't say so.
Oh, I do say so. And now I'll take our car, the Hardly Able.
The Hardly Able?
Yes, sir. One drives and 4 push, and it has no engine.
No? Well, how does it run, sir?
It runs on its reputation. Now, how many would you like?
Well, I guess I'll...
Come and have a drink. Waitress?
Hello!
Oh, she's back again. Well, I'll have a white lady, you all.
White lady? What do you think this is, the windmill? White lady, you'll have a brown ale.
But I don't like brown ale.
What did you say, sir?
Regards.
Regard, yes.
How are you all feeling, sir?
Oh, fine. Yes. Now then, sir, how about the cars?
How about another drink, you
Drink?
all?
Oh, yes, of course. Waitress?
Hello!
Bring me all a double whiskey.
Double whiskey? You ain't half gonna get tight.
Regards.
Regards, yes. Now, you know, our cars are very cheap, sir. Only $2,000.
$2,000? I'll put my bag of gold against your bag of gold any time, sir. I have a good mind to get the next paddle steamer out of here.
But sir, I mean...
Oh, shut up. $2,000. I'm not buying scooters, sir. I'll try the next 4 stands.
George,
What do you want, Conscience, sir?
you've had a couple.
I know I have you all.
You've got me tight as well.
You silly old Conscience, it just serves you right. You shouldn't smell my breath.
Aha, an overseas bar. Now then, sir.
Now, what about a drink?
Why, of course.
Yes.
Let's go into the cocktail bar. Now then, what's your pleasure, sir?
Blondes, but right now I'll have a scotch.
Oh, jolly good. Waitress.
Hello, waitress. You're a nice little girl, aren't you? What's your pretty little name?
Crystal Jollybottom, you thought?
Oh, come on. Come on, give us a kiss.
Oh, stop it. You stop pushing me. Oh, you've caught me in it on the beer pump.
Oh, don't be like that. Come on.
Oh, stop it. Oh, your program's sticking in me half-pint measure.
Oh, come on. Let's have some fun.
Oh, you're drunk, you are. I've been watching you.
Come on, give us another drink. Regards.
Regards. How many cars will you buy, sir?
There, you've had one over the 8.
You mean one over the 18?
18 cars. Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. Thank you, sir.
What are you talking about? Don't be so silly. Cars? I can't afford any cars.
What?
I'm from the Bugle. The good old bugler. Regards.
The Bugle? A newspaper man?
Yeah, a newspaper man.
You're not an overseas bar. You're an imposter, sir. Get out. Get out.
Okay, I'm going. I can take a hint. It doesn't need a house to fall on me, you know. I know what I'm no one, I can tell you that. And, Charlie, by the way.
What?
I can't even drive.
Well, George, my lad, did you get the report of the... George, what are you doing in that condition?
Mr. Rivers, would you please stand still while you're talking to me?
Stand still?
Yes. Old man Rivers, you keep on rolling along.
By gum, lad, you'll be sorry for this. Where do you think you've been?
Oh, I've had a wonderful day. A wonderful day. I've been to the Brewers exhibition. You never saw so many cars in your life.
All for this week, boys and girls, how that old clock does go round. We'll be with you next week when once more we'll help you to...
Raise a laugh, raise a laugh. Don't be like a fast-foot photograph.
Gloomy days soon will pass. Come on, folks, raise up your glass.
And raise
have been listening to Ted Ray in Raise the Laugh with Kitty Blewett, Bob and Alf Pearson, the Bows and the Bells, Fred Ewell, Peter Sellers, Patricia Hayes, and Leslie Perrins. The dance orchestra was conducted by Stanley Black. The program was written by Eddie McGuire and Ted Ray. Production by George Innes.
Welcome to Variety Bandbox. First turn. Pleasant music comes to us today from a young man whose remarkable skill on the electronic organ has given a great deal of pleasure to previous bandbox audiences. Opening with 12th Street Rag, here is Jerry Allen. And now Jerry plays two old favorites, Always and Great Day.
Does your nose smell?
Is your house lived in?
Can you hear yourself shout? Then, we're the men to help you just when things are all to pot. We men, we all to chop and change it, might we do a lot. So if you've any problems, then you must come down to see
The assistant Billy Turnant.
and Frankie Howe. Now, good evening, everybody. Now, don't mess about now. Now, please, please. Tonight's topic is how to speak English. And I shall be assisted, with the accent on the ass, by Mr. William Turnant, a bachelor of, bachelor. And when Mr. Turnant heard that the subject was, he immediately left his college.
Thank you, Mr.
Wait
Hart.
a minute, let me finish. He immediately left his college pudding to come here and assist me in how to speak English. Now, Mr. Turnant, tell me, how do you speak English?
I talk.
Give him the money, Barney. No, I mean, is your English good or bad?
I can safely say I stand out.
You stand out, all right. Now, very well, Mr. Turnant, since English is your strong point, you ask the question.
Right. First of all, vowels. A, E, R, ooh, ooh.
There's half my last act gone now. I think perhaps I'll ask the questions from now on.
All right, then see if you can catch me napping.
Well, if I do, you won't wake up again. Now, Mr. Turnant, compliments exchange, on with the English. Now, question number 1. What are the consonants?
Africa, Asia?
No! Consonants, not continents. Now, what are the consonants?
Now, a very funny thing happened to me as I was
What
walking
are
down
the consonants? Do you know?
No. Do you?
Do I? Well, if I knew, I wouldn't be asking you, would I? Oh, he's a fool. Right. I'll deal again. Now. How to pronounce sentence 1. The quick brown fox goes round and round and round.
And is he dizzy?
Not as dizzy as you are, so sir. Well, now you do it then, now.
The quick brown fox goes round and round and round.
Sounds like you're in agony. Look, let the sound come out, pear sheet. Out and round, out.
Where does it hurt?
I'll be asking you that in a minute. Now, commence.
The quick brown fox goes round and round and round and round, round.
Well done. And so we leave pronunciation. Now, before we do it some damage. Now, let's turn to grammar. Example 1. I were glad to come in here tonight. That's wrong, isn't it? I were glad to come in here tonight.
Of course it is. It should be, I were glad to come in here this evening.
Look, I were glad. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, think. Oh, thrice think.
Well, you was glad, wasn't you?
Oh, Shakespeare, turn away. Now, listen, sag body. I was glad to come in here tonight. He was glad to come in here tonight. You were glad to come in here tonight. They were glad to come in here tonight. Now do you understand?
Yes. Baby, it's cold outside.
Oh, sleep, collect me.
Well, I'll bet you can't conjugate.
Well, at my very peril, I will take the matter further. What is conjugate?
The next stop to Notting Hill Gate. Give me your word and I'll twist it for you.
Now, if you give me a neck, I'll do the same.
All right, well, don't start a long rigmarole. And...
A what?
A rigmarole.
Rigmarole?
Yes.
Rigmarole. Mr. Turnant, it's quite obvious that you are sadly lacking in this subject.
I know as much about English as you.
And aren't you ashamed?
Well, you shouldn't come here and talk about something you know nothing about. And I can answer any question you like to put to me.
Oh, can you? Well,
yes.
Is this correct or not? I think you will do.
Yes, it is.
Well, you're wrong. It should be, I think you will be done. by the first person in the vindictive, me. Now get out of it.
To a charming young soprano from down under whose first broadcast in Variety Bandbox caused really a big sensation. And here to sing for us is Australia's own petite and beautiful Barbara Lee. Miss Lee's going to sing, first of all, a beautiful song by Jack Jordan and Jimmy Grafton, If Love Could Find a Way.
Cupid's dart has missed so often and so long, makes my life so strange and lonely. But I know these lips by other lips once kissed would soften into calm. Then my world might change if only it were so. If love could find a way into this heart of mine, each rainy autumn day would turn to spring. The music of a single songbird in a tree would sound as lovely as a Chopin melody. If love could come to stay, I know the sun would shine, and with a touch of May, my heart would sing. With one embrace, a sweeter place this world would be. If only love could find its way to
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'd like to sing to you Ivan Novello's lovely song from King's Rhapsody, Someday My Heart Will Awake.
someday the morning will break. Music will open my eyes.
Now, here we have one of the really up-and-coming personalities that the past year or so's broadcasting has produced. With his amusing comedy impressions, I'm always very glad to reintroduce the rising star of Raise a Laugh and Petticoat Lane and so forth, Peter Sellers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Peter Sellers taking you over to Theatreland to hear some excerpts from the new pantomime, Cellarinda, with an all-star radio cast. The show is introduced by radio's ray of sunshine, Ted Ray. Hello, boys and girls. Prepare yourselves for chestnuts, corn and chaff. Let's raise the curtain and raise a laugh.
Oh, Mavis. How delightful it is to be dancing in the chorus with you. How scrumptious you look in those tantalizing tights. The flesh-coloured ones with the blue lines. What's that, dear? You're not wearing tights. Oh. Well, dear, I am. Though I must say I'm just a little apprehensive about doing the high kick. Oh, here they come now. Oh, maybe. Never mind, to cover up my embarrassment, here comes Cinderella. I'm Crystal Jollybottom Cinderella, of course, but... Blimey, this kitchen's as drafty as an horse, but... Here comes Buttons. He should be full of fun. Oh, hello, Cinderella. I'm happy laughing Buttons. Full of quips and funny gags. What's put me off is your ugly sisters. Here they are, the two old baggages. Here we are, Cinder. You've got to help us dress. We've got an invitation from... I'll never get...
I'll tell her, Lottie. Oh, go on, Lottie, let me tell her all. Cinders, we're both going to the Prince's Ball. But you can't come, but we're going, aren't we, Lottie? Oh, let me go to the Prince's Ball, Lottie.
I have a poem, Cinderella. Barons and I are the broker's men. We pop in and out and we pop back again. They call us the broker's men because we're the brokest men that ever was. Oh, magnificent Marshal Moore. Mr. Moore, shut up!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here I am in a ringside seat in the stall. Cinderella's alone in her corner, but at any moment a fairy godmother will be in the ring, too. And here she is now, seconds out.
Do I know you? Have we met? You startled me so I've swallowed me up a set. Fear not, Cinderella. And do not tremble so. I am your fairy godmother. No. Godfather. I've come to help you go to the ball, and a jolly good evening to one and all. Now for a little magic. Yes. I'll call my assistant.
Here I am, sir. Dudley Davenport at your service, sir. Lend me your magic wand, Mr. Morton, and I'll touch this pumpkin over here and turn it into a footman, like this.
Good morning, sir. Was there something?
Oh, I am a fool.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is David Sarkwood, and as usual, my seat is in the circle. But there's a little boy sitting next to me who keeps shouting.
Your copy, you are.
I beg your pardon. I'm Southwood, not Soppy.
You may be Southwood, but you're still Soppy. Here, can you play knock knock?
Yes, I can.
All right, knock knock.
Who's there?
Cohen.
Cohen? Cohen who?
Cohen's cat, your big dog.
Oh, disgraceful, disgraceful. Well, now I see that Cinderella has arrived at the palace.
Oh, where's the prince? Blimey, what a thriller. He's all dressed up, just like Max Miller.
That's right, Max Miller's the name. Here, I don't know what I do, I don't know what I say. Here, I like the look of you, girl. What's your name?
Oh, dear, 12 o'clock.
I've outstayed me welcome.
Come home, Cinderella. Come back to the buildings. This palace lark won't do you no good. Marry a fella with a trade like Gertie Gremlin did. It ain't no shame.
Gertie Gremlin, what a ghostly name. Don't listen to them, Cinderella. I may not have a trade, but marry me and you'll be sharing the best coconuts in Campbell.
Listen, I'll tell you. Here we are.
Now down at Maxie's Fair, whenever you are there, you'll always find me shouting out from underneath the flare. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
There they are, a-standing in the row.
The big one, small one, some as big as your head.
Give 'em a twist, a flick of your wrist. That's what the showman said. Whoop!
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Every ball you throw will make us rich.
Now there stands me wife, the idol of me life,
singing roll a bowl, a penny a pitch. A singing roll a bowl, a penny a pitch. A singing roll a bowl, a penny a pitch. Singing roll a bowl, a bowl, a bowl.
Now I fell in love with Mary, little Mary from the dairy, singing roll a bowl, a penny a pitch.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in Variety Bandbox, the accent is generally on optimism, but we feel that we must bring to the microphone once again that pessimistic character with a face which even a crabapple would disown, that unfailing prophet of doom and destruction, the fugitive from Wagga Wagga, Bill Kerr.
Well, I'm only here for 4 minutes. Jeez, but I've been given the situation a lot of deep thought. And I come to one conclusion. We're in a heck of a mess. I've got a couple of letters given to me this morning. Don't believe in letters. Writing them and delivering them. Suppose you write a lot of letters out there. You fools. Well, now, when you write it, it's all right. You got to stick a stamp on it. You got to lick it and put it on the envelope. And you got to lick the envelope and stick that down. I don't suppose you know what was in the stuff you were licking. And I don't suppose the people that make it know what they're mixing. As long as it's sticky, it's all right. I don't want to worry you, but fly paper's sticky. You know what that does to flies? And they only walk on it. Bill, you would write letters, wouldn't you? Well, let's have a go through the years, the last 50 years. I'll tell you a few interesting details. Back in 1920, my grandpa, he moved to Wagga Wagga, and he commenced farming with 2 sheep. And the day he started, it rained for 6 months. And at the end of that time, you know what he finished up with? Lumbago. Yeah, but the sheep had been busy, and today, Grandpa back in Wagga, he's a big wool man. As a matter of fact, he's just out on bail. Of course, in 1930, you know what happened then? Everything slumped. Yeah, 1930, 31, everything started picking up again. My old man, he got a job as a street cleaner. Then he started picking up. 1932, everything slumped again. And in 1933, even the slump slumped. In those days, Wagga was a one-horse town. But not for long. Things got so bad, we had to eat the horse. But now, just before I go, I think I'd like to finish with a very happy note. So wear a frown, wear a frown. There's no future anywhere, just look around. The world is full of misery, calamity and crashes. So chuck away those glad rags and put on sackcloth and ashes. It's some gloom, all is doom. Come on, fellas, this way to the tomb. The papers say prosperity is really on the wane. Just sit and watch your dreamboat sailing gently down the drain. And there's been another murder down in Apple Blossom Lane. Wear a frown, wear a frown, wear a frown. You should get happy. Wear a frown, wear a frown.
Well, we've emptied the bandbox for today, and this is Philip Slessor saying goodbye for now. The program was produced by Brian Sears and presented by the BBC.